Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Neptune, and I'm joined by my fellow commentator, Mark. How are you doing, Mark?
Hello, I'm doing pretty well tonight. How about you?
I'm feeling fantastic. From the Ink Cup is always one of those tournaments I always look forward to seeing on Fridays, and we are moving on to the 39th installment here. And let's look at some of the teams that we're going to be playing up here on Groups Round 1. Who are these teams? Feel free to introduce them, Mark.
All right, well, in the pink corner, we can. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing the Anemones versus Feel Good Inc. Both I think returning teams to from the Ink Up, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna
Okay,
see Rat, Pink, Marlo, Terry. Is that six Rue? I'm gonna assume that's Drew.
that's Drew. I'm not exactly sure how you say some of these names. A lot of funny splash tags I like to see, honestly, in this game. But I like how we're going to be starting off here on Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. This is one of my favorite Rainmaker maps. What do
This
you
is
think
the
about
this
it,
is the
Mark?
map I always associate Rainmaker with. Like every time,
Yeah.
there's always a map that I'll like you say a mode and I visualize a map. This is the map for
Yeah,
Rainmaker.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's a lot of like expression, I feel, especially on this map, right? In particular, because you always have the right route, right, where you can go up the ramp a little bit slower to like score points, or you can take the long way around left. But yeah, it all comes down to team comps and how teams feel like they want to approach things, right?
Right.
It's very adaptive to however the team wants to play it, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. Definitely does. There's a lot of like different spots for defensive positioning. Honestly, it's probably one of the better designed Rainmaker maps. At least
Yeah.
that's my opinion, I guess. But
Hey,
I'm
it's all right
really
to have correct opinions. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, we're starting it off here. Rainmaker Undertow. On
Rainmaker
the
Undertow.
okay, I see a Tenatech, a Forge Pro. Okay,
Forge
and
Pro.
you gotta see that ballpoint. Ballpoint
Heavy
is
Deco, watch out for
lovely.
that with the Kraken. That'll be a fun little
Okay, yeah.
time.
Let's see how these two teams are gonna be able to adapt to each other. I feel like the ballpoint's gonna be a pretty big how do I say it, contention for what was it, the T what was it for the heavy deco over this going to be outrange, but it's just going to depend on how these teams play together. But right
Right.
now they're skirmishing in mid here, and I don't know what to focus on right now. This crab trying to get some picks here, and right now it's just seeming like these teams are trying to feel each other out.
Really seems like the Tacticooler may have come off a little bit too early from Feel Good Inc. But we do see an enemies pick up the Rainmaker as they seem to be hiding towards the left side. Oh, the Rainmaker gets a
Ooh,
kill. Oh,
that's
but an
yep.
enemy's already dropped two players. Oh, and the
Yeah, and that
Kraken comes in and
Kraken's
kills the Rainmaker.
oh my gosh. Okay, that Kraken's got huge mileage right now and just gets to be able to take control of center here with that Rainmaker pop. All that paint right now covered in yellow. Amenities trying to figure out a way to get it through with the Rainmaker as he's trying to swing it left over here, interestingly enough.
We see a really aggressive push from the Rainmaker, but it does get the kill as we see an enemies try to close in from the kill. Oh, but there's two picks. Feel Good Inc. already taking the first checkpoint of the game. Oh,
Yep.
but there they go.
Oh, wait,
All
that's
right, we're
Field
gonna
Good Inc.
see.
My bad. That's the teams. Oops.
And
But yeah.
enemies is gonna try and stay defensive, but they gotta watch the
Yeah.
bubble pop because it seems
Yeah.
like oh, and that's two
Ooh.
down. Oh, the Rainmaker. Could this be it
Rainmaker is
right
it.
here or wait?
Oh
Oh, they
no
took
no
it
no no
down.
no! Never over till it's over here. But hey, these tri strikes are gonna try and come out to help us. What was it? Soften the blow of losing two down there, right? Rainmaker is in favor of being popped soon in the yellow team's favor, but just overall, this is not a position you want to be in for amenities right here. Just being all secluded on the left side of the air spawn right here, as
We see
we
somebody
see
from
it's
Feel Good
flip.
Inc. go for a flank. I'm
Thanks.
so
Okay.
curious right now. Wait.
Where are
All
they
right, Forge
going?
Flow, deep, very deep flank. I'm not
Yeah.
sure whether or not this is going to pay off, but we're going to see as the
Yep.
flank actually happens and the Rainmaker opens
Yeah.
fire. We see a Booyah
Yep.
Bomb come out as an enemy scrambles to defend the Rainmaker from the flank, but eventually the Rainmaker does go down. I'm noticing that I think what's gonna be like the big like choice here, like win condition could be the Tacticooler from both teams because
Yep.
we see Tri Nouveau on one side and we see Nzap on the other. And
Yep.
in Rainmaker, Tacticooler is just so valuable to get the pushes and be able to play a little
Yeah.
more reckless with those fast respawns.
Yeah, absolutely. Tacticooler has been the face of the meta for quite some time right now, unless some patch notes come up soon. But as you see here, so many picks just happened on Feel Good Inks here, and now Amenities get to have their turn and be able to swing the Rainmaker back through, but no, Feel Good Ink is just going to keep up this pressure here, and just, oh my goodness.
Enemies holding their strongest on defense, as we see Feel Good Inc. just trying to break through over and over, but it seems like they might actually be regaining some defensive positioning as they finally pick up the Rainmaker. Oh, we see a crab come out from an enemy's trying to force the enemy to fall back while they can move the Rainmaker forward. There is a Tacticooler in the back, so hopefully the increased speed should help that Rainmaker really close the distance and make up the difference from the losses.
But yeah, right now this is like a more neutralized state here. The enemies are just kind of like getting really brawly here. You notice like a 1-for-1 trade between NetNzep and Trinuvo, and now, as you see, enemies are just trying to retake mid slowly and poking with this Rainmaker to just create a little bit of paint here. The T-Tech is going to try and see if they can find another pick. Moving in along with that crab here, but a Tri-Strikes come out and trade again. Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I would take that trade, getting rid of that crab. Those tri-strikes can only kill so many players, but that crab is a massive threat. We do see the Rainmaker get a kill, but the Rainmaker is also reset. But we see that Feel Good Inc. still has the advantage as they took mid with some of those quick picks. So we see Rainmaker still sitting in a neutral position as we see. Oh, the crab's back. There's a lot of bomb throwing between the two teams as we see Tacticooler come out from an enemies, but the Kraken is going in.
Yep, and definitely. Oh my goodness, only 30 seconds left on the clock. If I'm in NetNzep, I've got to get moving quickly. Things need to happen soon, but this 10 attack right here going to make it extremely hard to go through, but a Jet in response is going to try and see if they can get
Oh my god, what a shot! That was beautiful.
Beautiful shot from
the Rainmaker's going in very aggressive as it hides.
Yeah, as it hides here.
God, call me not aggressive. No, who am I kidding?
Just jump off the map.
Reset. Oh, the tactical reset there to try and.
Yep, it's gonna be pretty difficult because they have to get back here in the mid, but this is very difficult to just be able to win this Rainmaker pop against that Heavy Deco.
Heavy Deco and Ballpoint creates a pretty strong stalemate, but as we see them pick up the Rainmaker, that's gonna be the game.
Wow. Okay, Feels Good Inc. is gonna be taking game number 1 here on Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. Mark, this is a great way to start off from the
that was a pretty great game, honestly. It was just I think it was a very aggressive game plan from Feel Good Inc. and just one good pick, and enemies just lost one person after another, which allowed them to close distance with that Rainmaker. Because I mean, it's not always about getting it to the final checkpoint. It's just about getting it further than the other team.
Absolutely, right. As you saw there, just Amenities had a hard time just maintaining map control there. Feels Good Inc. were just able to just lock down mid and just be able to control mostly the pace of that match there, as Amenity Inc. was just kind of like stuck there in the left side, not being able to break that chokehold, right? I got to give a shout out to Majora, who is on that T-Tech right over there. Those Tri-Strikes coming in, just striking down those crabs as well as damaging that shield to just keep up the pressure and just make it very difficult to get out the left side there for Amenities.
No doubt. Knowing when to use those Tri-Strikes is such a big deal, because that can shut down so many major threats. Like, you can one-shot, I don't know if you can one-shot, maybe you can. Like, you can just destroy Booyah Bombs, crabs. You can kind of neutralize the Tacticooler for a little while. And we saw, also, even chat's pointing it out, we saw that insane reset right at the end by Saf from Feel Good Inc., saving the Rainmaker and keeping it out of the hands of enemies for just the teeny bit longer that they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the best plays, I think, for the Rainmaker, because they noticed the advantage state, right, that they were, Amenities was about to get, and just denied them by just resetting the Rainmaker there. Excuse me, but I'm stumbling over my words because that was just such an insane match or performance from Feels Good Inc.
Honestly, it was a really good fight from both teams. We did see an enemy start to pick up some traction towards the end there. They just didn't have quite enough time to pull it off. But I really think that there was splatlings on both sides, because you had the I think it was Feel Good Inc. who had the the ballpoint splatling, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I believe it's so. The ballpoint spotling is really meta defining right now, and that inkjet is able to get a lot of mileage. But let's see how much that ballpoint's able to get some mileage here on Clam Blitz Brine Water Springs here.
Jet
And we see the
Squelcher.
Jet Squelcher.
Zinc,
Oh my
Zinc
goodness.
Mini. That's amazing. Oh, and a range blaster. All
Ooh,
right,
okay.
an enemy's bringing in range blaster, but otherwise keeping a pretty standard comp as we see a custom jet squelcher and a zinc mini. That's 2 toxic mist weapons. I'm very curious to see what they're
Look
gonna
at
do
it.
with
Look at
that.
this. The Zik Mini is pushing up all the
Oh,
way up here. You love to see some aggression here from the Ink up here. And this Mini,
honestly,
the
I
definition of
love
it.
I love watching a mini because it's so like it's you take what's so cool about a splatling and then you just make it so aggressive and it's so fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, Marlo's able to collapse in there on the mini splatling, but no, Falco with
Oh.
that suction bomb there is going to be able to just
What did I tell you? That
clean that up.
tacticooler. They're using the tacticoolers.
Yeah, the tacticooler is very vital here to just keep momentum up here, but that Jet's going to try and come out to try and retaliate and hold mid here, but it seems like it's not going to be enough here, but
Oh,
okay, the
a good trade to
trade.
shut it down. We do see that Feel Good Inc. is carrying 2 different power clams. So if they can finally find an opening, maybe with the Jet Squelcher or the Zinc Mini's bubble, then they might be able to get some kills and actually score. We do see 2 kills on an enemies, allowing them to go closer as the Zinc Mini does pop the bubble. And we do see, this Tacticooler is shut down heartbreakingly, but we do see the clams go
Yep.
into the basket,
Yeah,
knocking
right now,
down
if I feels good ink here, I'm just happy to keep that basket open just by chucking the occasional clam here, which is exactly what they're doing here. The mini
wow.
splatling is positioning is fantastic here on this platform, just holding it down, preventing anyone from enemies to be able to move up here. But no, a double team's gonna come out there and cause a wipeout.
Okay,
Oh my
this is the rebound that they need. If they can take mid and build up some power clams, this can absolutely still be a comeback.
Yeah.
That Zinc Mini's positioning was really good as we do see the Wavebreaker come out from the range blaster, giving it that nice ink refill and forcing them to reposition, but it's facing a lot of pressure as they definitely know it's there. We see so much Toxic Mist, which is so interesting because it's not an often used, like, you don't often see it really prioritized. You might see it on a weapon because you
Ooh.
brought in the weapon or the weapon special, but the Toxic
Yeah.
Mist kind of giving that area denial and
Yep.
stop slowing them down long enough for Feel Good Ink to regain the advantage.
Yes, Toxic Mist is definitely a very powerful tool here. As you notice, we have 2 of them on Feels Good Ink here. As you see, you can just shut down the ramp or just slow it down significantly when you're trying to pull that when they're trying to push for a clam throw. But you know what? Feel Good Ink here is just like happy to hold mid here, not do anything too aggressive here. There was 21 clams on the Menity side here, and now that has dwindled to a measly 10 here.
Oh, we do see Falco getting stuck. Oh, doesn't quite make that jump out. Oh, and enemies fails a push. They're 2 down now. Oh,
Yep.
that's just
Yep.
heartbreaking. We see a lot of power clams just on the field unclaimed. That kind of sets both teams back dramatically, but we do see an enemies grab a nice pick.
Yeah.
Ballpoint's holding on to that special. We're gonna see
Yep.
when they pop it.
Yep. Yep. Jet's gonna be coming out soon, I feel, because Jet on Brine Water, if you're able to get on like that little bit of a ledge there, it is very powerful, and especially if you're able to get those directs, right? But no, that Trizuka is not going to be able to find any picks here, and they're slowly beginning to lose map control.
That Toxic Mist, man. You see it shutting out that splatter shot, but we do see the Range Blaster get a nice pick and throw out the Wave Breaker. All the Range Blaster's going in for a risky push, but are they going to capitalize? We do see double hit with 1
Ooh.
shot. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep.
The jumps are coming in.
The
More
Blaster's
Toxic
special.
Mist to stall them out as they regain their numbers.
Yeah, but
We only see
you don't
one
have
power
clams.
clam, and it's not even with them. Back at the basket, I think.
Yeah, that Trizuka here is going to try and find one here, but man, you need those clams here, especially for the deficit that what was it?
Oh, the
Feel Good
Tacticooler.
Ink.
Wait, okay, the power clam goes in. Okay, now they just need to get some kills to keep that basket open and maintain the advantage. But, oh, Feel Good Inc. is making a massive comeback defensively.
Yep,
You
definitely.
see them pick up a power clam and the basket is closed too late. We only have about 40 seconds left in the game, so this is going to be very impressive if we can see a comeback from an enemies here. But
Yeah,
Feel Good Inc. is
definitely.
holding a strong position right now. We do see the tri-strikes coming up.
Strike
They can
sets come
pressure
online.
massively.
Tacticooler. There's a lot of specials that's going to be tossed out for defensive play here, as Anemones has to try and make something happen in this short time span right here. Trizuka's coming out. The Jet's going to get popped soon, right? Trying to retake that platform. But the Toxic Mist is just going to keep coming out here to try and slow down. But as that Jet gets a pick!
Oh, a double pick from the Jet!
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if this ballpoint's able to salvage this here.
They can grab that Power Climb and open it up, but no. Wait, it's still in the field. There's still hope. There's still hope. We do see one pick from each. Oh, man. Gosh. Feel Good Inc. is holding really good defensively. I'm noticing that their comps seemed really defensive, because you have stuff like Custom Jet Squelcher and Zinc Mini, which, I mean, I don't see Zinc Mini much. I'm not sure if it's even much popular nowadays, but they just really were able to find a position, defend it, and shut down enemies, as we do see Feel Good Inc. take another game.
Yep, that was fantastic play from Feel Good Inc. there, especially that first push, getting able to score 70 right off the board, right, and being able to hold that platform for an extended period of time. That is well played by Feel Good Inc. there,
it was the Sync Mini, I'm telling you, like that. They sat there on that platform. They popped the bubble right away, which was huge, because not only was it a little bit distracting because people wanted to shoot at the bubble, obviously, but then it allowed the other team to get in, and they had 2 power clams, so they were immediately able to jump down to 60, and then the Zinc Mini was able to kill the enemies, for lack of a better term.
Kill enemies from enemies.
Yeah.
You love a little bit of puns here, but you know what? Here, I'm curious how they're gonna shake it up for Game 3. Like, if I was in any shoes here, you know, I would like to end on a good note here, and we have Splat Zones on Umami.
Do we go to a Game 3?
Yeah, it's play all 3, right?
All right. Oh, duh, I knew that. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Yep. It is play all 3 here, and you know what? I'm gonna go down without a fight if I were enemies here.
Oh no, I want to make like the most beautiful comeback. Just show them.
Yeah, definitely some interesting games here. Seems like Majora is the MVP here, getting 22 kills and 5 deaths. That again, I would want to give the MVP to Majora over here.
I mean, it really was it was really their big aggressive option. I mean, with the Mini and the Custom Jet Squelcher kept up very good pressure, and the Majora just went in for the crazy kills. 22 and 5 are the stats we have. Thank you, Rice, by the way.
Thank you, Rice. We would not be here without you, but yeah, we're going to be moving on to Umami Splat Zones here. What are your thoughts on that map mode combination, Mark?
Oh god, if I had to guess, this may just be... I think this could be a knockout, honestly. For either team, honestly. It could go both ways. Because as long as as long as the zones... Your color, if you get a good position, and you can just kind of shut them out, and it can be very difficult for the offensive team to beat the defensive team. Especially if they go for a same kind of defensive comp as they did last game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they'll shake up the comps right here, as we'll see right now getting into the game here. Feels Good Inc. is going to be sticking to their ballpoint and a C Junior.
C Junior. Oh, and there we do see our first Platana of the tournament. That's Wiper Deco. I'm not going to call out the other thing. Don't even.
But yeah, Wiper Deco is an interesting choice here because, you know, if you do end up getting locked out, those missiles can definitely help you, especially since backless comps, right? They might struggle fighting something like the ballpoint, but no, this Range Blaster is going to pick 2 and just be able to put all much pressure on the zone here. And is that going to be a triple? No!
Oh, the Custom Junior jumps out just in the nick of time. Honestly, I'm very like enthusiastic about the Custom Junior just because I used to play Custom Junior. Because it's Torpedo Wavebreaker, which means that they're going to be able to kind of show the Range Blaster what it's like to have the Wavebreaker out, as we do see, actually, we're going to see them regaining the control right now. Feel Good Inc. trying to get back their momentum, but enemies did take that strong lead there at the beginning. It seems like the Wiper Deco, was it? I don't know. I mean,
it might have been the Wiper Deco. I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna see Majora.
Oh
here
no, it was that Range Blaster. Who am I kidding?
Okay, yeah. Majora was trying to get that pick over there, but that player just be able to jump out here. The Tri-Strikes are online here to be able to just take some part of the map here and display some of the enemies. But right now, as you see, it's just they're swinging all over the right side, and these tri-strikes going to try and reclaim that. But no zone capping is going to be happening.
Wipeout!
Wipeout! Okay.
Oh my god! And Feel Good Inc. is able to easily just regain that momentum right there, and they're gonna give an enemies like oh that's a double. Is that? Oh, okay. So just I mean, Majora getting strong picks. We do see the Inkjet get shot down by the Range Blaster, which is always a terrifying sight. But
terrifying
as long as Feel Good Inc. is holding that zone, they take the lead. Now all they have to do is time them out at the very worst. You do see Falco try to get aggressive, but they do have to fall back as an enemies is actually regaining their positioning after getting that pick on Majora.
Yeah, Lockout is very hard to deal with on this map here. You're going to need some specials to push him out there with those Tenta missiles coming out from the Wiper Deco. But no, the Wave Breaker is going to come out in retaliation as they neutralize the zone here. And now they seem to be brawling it out here in mid here. 2 down going up on Feel Good Inc.
We do see the Wiper Deco trying to reach out for some picks, but Anemones overall just regaining their strong position. The Tacticooler coming out should be helpful because that'll allow them to play pretty defensively. We are seeing the Wiper Deco try to drop some Squid Beacons in the back so they can jump back fast after their deaths. Hopefully to hold out longer. We do see the missiles are about to be ready, and there they come. Watch out for that. That's going to be fun as it's going to force Fielding to reposition.
Yep. Something about this pick here, the 52. I actually really like this pick here. As you notice, there's a lot of weapons that just kind of get bullied by 52 on the other enemy team, right? Zap's not going to be able to do much. The C Juniors maybe just could like throw a torpedo, and that T-Tech is going to have to get some decent flanks to be able to get around it. But no, as you see here, Majora is just very comfortable fighting the 52, but no, 52 is just going to come out on top because
not quite enough. No, you're totally right about that, 52. Even just those walls, it's like, how do you fight that? You really just, like, I think it's going to matter a lot what their ballpoint is able to do, as we do see the Range Blaster going for the aggressive jump kill, but they do not quite land their timing just right and get punished, as we are seeing Feel Good Inc. try to regain the zone to get a 3-0 going. Ballpoint trying to keep a position as they do get a pick, and their Inkjet is about ready for use. Oh, but they go down, and a double kill on an enemy's. But the Range Blaster is just going crazy. A wipeout for an enemies. This has been the most like aggressive game so far. It's been really back and forth.
The Range Blaster is being able to just find the right positionings to be able to poke, just right there, poking Majora right out of that pillow right here. Again, Pink doing a fantastic job on it, just being able to poke and get like multiple kills and support the team right here. As the lead might be able to change here shortly with only 50 seconds or so on the clock.
We do see the Inkjet come out trying to get an aggressive kill, as we do see it pull off with a nice double team. But we are going to see Anemones trying to hold out and can maintain that lead, but actually, it seems, or sorry, excuse me, Feel Good Inc. trying to keep their lead, but Anemones... Oh, but Feel Good Inc. takes the zone, giving Anemones their penalty points, which is just heartbreaking with only like 25 seconds in the game.
Yep, they have a killer will to go in, and if I were Feels Good Inc. right now, I would just be ready to post up and ready for them to push up. As you see this ballpoint do right here, capitalizing with the Wave Breaker here. Beautiful combos.
And we're going to see the match come to a close, as it seems like Feel Good Inc. might take it, unless we're going to see an enemy's going to come back here, but it seems like they're getting a little too aggressive. They are losing control, but as the zone's neutralized, time runs out, and I think that means that Feel Good Inc. is going to take a swift 3-0 against Anemones.
I love how Anemones shook things up quite a bit with their team comp and their playstyle this game here. As you saw, like, from pulling out stuff like the 52 gal, right? The Range Blaster, right? They're getting into the positions that they really wanted to be in, right? And just being able to contest Feels Good and quite a lot on the zone here. But if you ask me, what Feels Good Inc. did there, like, to be able to just recapture zone was, like, definitely a lot more team play together to be able to, like, overwhelm such threats such as the 52 as well as the Range Blaster. Because Range Blaster is a good weapon, right? However, it's pretty slow and clunky, and if you're able to move together with a teammate and attack from 2 different angles, definitely not going to be as effective as it would be by itself.
Honestly, you're right. I think that if they had, like... If that Range Blaster had stuck a little bit more with even just another weapon, it would have been wild. Hold on, let me see these kill counts. 22 from Mad on Feel Good Inc., that ballpoint was insane. And Pink, the
Wow.
range blaster from Anemones, also got 16. Really, it was a really strong offensive game. I think it was just a matter of that we saw like a lot more double teams and stuff. Feel Good Inc. getting kills that way, whereas Anemones, it seemed like a lot of separate 1v1s, which a lot of them they did win, but at the end of the day,
It's a team-based
teams.
game. It's a
Mhm.
team-based game, right? One person can do only so much, right? And
Right.
in this game, right, if you're going to be able to put pressure with two people and create 2v1 scenarios, definitely going to turn some tides here. But yeah, I gotta say, I also really like the end zaps as a pick for both teams here, because not only do you have the suction bomb, right, with LDE to be able to just like suction bomb the zone, because you saw how low that zone counter was. It definitely was infect there towards the end here, as well as the
Right.
tactical work, right? Being able to just keep momentum for both those teams, right? As I said before, lockout on this map is hard to get out of, right? You either need something like missiles, or you really need to just play it safe here and just like poke with bombs here. But as you saw there, both these teams were able to just break out those lockouts in their own way, just to be able to brawl in the middle there, which was, I gotta say, the highlight of the match for me.
Honestly, I mean, it was just I don't even know. Like, I mean, I don't think I can really pick a favorite part. I loved watching Majora just kind of go on these little like rampages, claiming so much like turf as they got kills and really built up the momentum. Although I gotta say, honestly, I think the Clams game may have been my favorite to watch,
Oh
just
yeah, the
because it
clamps.
felt like I liked the varied weapon comps from like with the Zimmy and the custom jet squelcher.
You know what? I can understand that, but we'll be right back, folks. We still have more matches here, so don't go away. Hello, hello, and welcome back to From the Ink Up. My name is Neptune, and I'm joined by Mark. Introduce yourself.
Hi, it's me. I don't have a Twitter, thanks for asking. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It's an X now.
It's an X.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're getting into these matches here. We have two teams, obviously, because it's a two-team game. But
Wait,
we
it
have
is?
Rise and Shine.
Wait, why didn't anybody tell me?
What? Wait. Excuse me. Okay. Let's start it off with the hero. Rise and Shine on the pink team right over there, and we have Impact Rockets on the right side here. Let's see how Impact Rockets.
Impact Rockets. God, names are hard, man. I'm probably gonna say Rise and Shine and the Rockets.
Yeah, Rise and Shine and the Rockets.
I don't want to say Impact.
Impact. Honestly, yeah, that's gonna be a mouthful to say if you say the whole thing here. But we're gonna be starting off this next round here on Tower Control Hagglefish Market. One of my favorites here, especially with the jetpack coming into play.
The Ink Pact.
Ink Pack, the Ink Pack jetpack.
It is an Ink Pack, is it not? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I actually really like Hagglefish. I personally, it's one of my favorite maps. I don't know if that's supposed to be a unpopular and or incorrect opinion, but and seeing tower control on it will be fun. It goes like goes like all over the place on that one, so
yeah,
I'm very curious. There's like the undamageable roofs and stuff, so I'd be shocked if we see any missile weapons, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Missiles is always strong, especially on tower control, where it's just it's a quick GG button here. But yeah, there's a lot of strong specials that can work really well on Hagglefish Market, right? I mentioned the jetpack right before, but Tri-Strikes is also really good for stalling tower, right? We also have Booyah Bomb, right? A lot of options here, and one thing I absolutely love about From the Ink Up is just a lot more unique experimentation with like the compositions here, right? That you normally wouldn't see like at higher levels of play. Normally it's just the classic, BP zap, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's honestly probably one of my favorite parts of this is just being like is even just the excitement of like somebody bringing in like a super off meta weapon. Like I am gonna pop off the day that somebody brings in Vanilla Rapid Blaster. Like it's gonna be a great day.
That would be a fantastic day, but I don't know if it's gonna be today here.
It's not the worst tower weapon. I mean, you got mines, you got Tri-Strike. What's not to like?
Okay,
don't answer that.
Okay. Yeah, we should be getting into the games here shortly, but yeah. I'm also just curious to see how these teams will scrap together here, but okay, we're just gonna start off right here, Mark.
Alright, Rise and Shine versus what I'm gonna call the Rockets.
Let's see these team comps right here. As I see a 96
bow. I see a Luna Blaster,
Blaster, and a Rapid Deca. Well, almost to your dreams.
Dang it! Next time, I'm telling you. Oh, and there is also a Custom Junior on. Let's see, I believe that's Rise and Shine. I believe they're running a Custom Junior, which will be fun because torpedoes will be everywhere. with that increased ink tank and stuff.
Yeah.
96 throwing out stuff like that will be fun, but Kraken on tower is kind of disgusting, so that makes sense. Hopefully they're gonna have like a special to knock the Kraken off whenever that happens. I'd love to see some stamp plays too from
Yeah.
the Luna Neo.
But yeah, that Nautilus fell down here, and two go down on the side of Rise and Shine here. Is going to be able to retake some of that momentum that was taken back from them at the start of the game here. As you see, the tower right now is just kind of like being like a brawling point, right? A lot of people like to say there is an objective line, and well, in tower control, you can see it right there, right? And right now, Ink Pack Rockets are just trying to just take control of mid, push them back, and just being able to get some picks here so they can safely push up the tower.
We do see the Luna Neo getting aggressive, but not quite getting those kills. Tryzuka trying to shoot down the inkjet. Is it gonna connect? No. Unfortunately, neither of those specials got a pick, but the Nautilus is holding on to its special to hopefully pressure rockets off of the tower with the rain, as we do see a wave breaker come out from, I believe, I can't even tell. What would that be? The
Rise and Shine.
Oh my. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see correctly. I don't have eyes. We do.
You know what? So, you know what? Seeing is a very difficult thing, especially in this game with so much ink going all over the place and like bombs going off. And this wall over here with the 96 Deco is just going to be able to lock down that platform. But no, Ink Pack Rocket's going to be able to shut that off. But it's getting really tight here with the second checkpoint already falling down.
Well, with that distraction by the 96, it really allowed the rest of Rise and Shine to gain a massive point advantage. But we do see the Inkjet coming out and getting one pick. Oh, and there goes another one from Ink Pack Rockets.
Ooh,
and
look at that squid roll.
Oh,
that
the squid roll was
beautiful.
beautiful. Oh, the stamp doesn't quite snag any kills, and Rise and Shine is starting to lose their momentum a little bit.
Yeah,
Yikes.
definitely. This is very difficult of a position you got to be right now, and just in mid being able to go up against a lot of these, like, how do I say it, poking weapons, right? Because you have the Rapid, the Luna, the Tetras, right, as well as the Nautilus. There might be a bit of a paint problem, but hey, a paint problem's only a problem if you're not getting those kills, which it seems to be exactly what's happening right now. As you see, there's just not enough paint being around to move around. But no, the Reef Slider going to give out opening. Oh my goodness, here. Shiro is just going to be able to move around and dance with these dodge rolls and take over the tower nice and easily over here with two down going out on the
We are seeing Rise and Shine try to put up the best defense they can. That Tri-Stringer is like starting to become an issue with those lasting shots, really helping with the poking as we see them trying to take flank routes. Lots of torpedoes coming out of that Custom Junior, which are just so fun to deal with, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
The Inkjet coming out, trying again to get picks, as we do see a sort of a wasted Reef Slider come out from the Tetra Dualies. Now they're almost out of specials, except for the Nautilus, who's holding on to theirs.
Ooh, okay. That Luna was trying to hold on for dear life, but no, not going to be able to have enough paint to move around because this C Junior is going to be able to output so much here, along with this Wave Breaker, tossing out those torpedoes here. Mid control is back in Rise and Shines as Ink Pack Rockets is struggling to find a response here.
We are seeing them try to hold the top as Rise and Shine is taking so much of the turf right now, which is kind of forcing them to stay backwards. The wall going up, the Kraken is ready. 96 gets a pick, and they're holding jumps, but they do get finished off by, I believe, the Tetras before they can use that Kraken. Tetras going in with the Reef Slider, but don't quite snag anything. Tetras even having to use their dodge rolls just to escape that Toxic Mist, which had made more of a difference this round than I think
Shiro is trying their best right now to just be able to just keep attention on them and just like try and take down as many people as possible here, because right now with Tetris, it's either all or nothing, right? That's why it's the quick respawn or the face of quick respawn right now in this meta. But you know what? 19 seconds or so are going to be on this clock here as Rise and Shine seems to have this on lockdown here, as Impact Rocket's going to do one last push here, tossing out all their specials to be able to regain some time on tower. But no, the
and
recall.
you can see it come out. They're trying to hold on best they can, but all somebody from Rain or Shine has to do is jump on that tower to immediately neutralize the game. But it's only down to the splatter shot on the main zone, as we're seeing lots of jumps onto the tower. Cosmo the
Yeah.
Nautilus holding on as long as they can onto that tower, but that killer whale getting picks, trying to knock them off, and somebody jumps
Ooh.
on to secure the tower, securing the
Yeah.
game for Rise
Yep.
and Shine.
Yep. Rise and Shine. Certainly we're scrambling a bit there towards the end, but yeah, that killer whale was able to give them the entry that they needed to be able to secure the tower right there at the end. But yeah, they Inkpack Rockets did a really good job getting some picks with those specials in mid to be able to take the tower already to that at far or left right side of the map there. I gotta say, that was a very interesting game one. I do think 2 blasters for a comp is a very interesting choice, but as you saw there before, there was a significant paint control problem here. So even if you did get a pick or 2, right, it was significantly hard to be able to push up because you don't have as many movement options to approach.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, even with like the Tetras trying to go in, because then if the Tetras go in with the reef side, then they're kind of in over their head, then they're just done for. But I think what really, at least from my point of view, made the difference was the tri-stringer from Rise and Shine, because what you had was constant picking with the lasting shots, the toxic mist keeping them weak on the tower, and the killer whale to get them off the tower.
Yeah, Tri-Stringer is definitely one of those like unconventional weapons that you don't often see get played, but and from the Ink Up, anything is on the table here. If this bow being able to just arc its shots and be able to just like consistently do like spread damage and just consistently have people weakened, right? As you saw the junior with its torpedoes, right, along with that chip damage, it does really add up and can lead to splats. But hey, we're gonna moving on to game number 2, which is, correct me if I'm wrong here, Rainmaker Scorch Gorge.
Yeah, that should be right. Rainmaker Scorch Gorge is really weird because you have to cross those grates, which you can't actually ink at all. Which is like you can't ink them, you can't swim through them, you just have to run on them, which is really an exposed position. So you really have to be able to account for that. Oh, I'm thinking of just the one side though. You have the ramp on the other side, which is really helpful for. That's usually the route that most teams take. But I have seen some of the wildest like little Metal Gear sneak missions with the Rainmaker just running across that grate for the easy shortcut.
That's Solid Snake. It's gonna be Solid Squid, I guess, was what we're gonna be seeing here tonight.
Heck yeah.
But you know what? I'm curious to see how Rocket Ink Packs is going to be able to change up their comps here to be able to adapt to what Rise and Shine pulled out, if it at all, or if they're going to be sticking to their guns here as we see these comps right now.
All right, and we see the same comp from Rise and Shine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We do see a splash, and a Splatana Wiper in place of the Luna Blaster and Rapid Blaster, along with the, I believe. Oh, actually, it's not. Cosmo the Nautilus switched to NZAP, which is not what I assumed. So the ballpoint player is different.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 2 different teams right here. It feels like because like they just chucked away these blasters because they realized, wait a minute, blasters aren't the great on Rainmaker, but you know what is Wiper, Splash, NZAP. These very conventional weapons are tried and true, and it seems to be working out pretty good as this crab goes in mid, being able to look for some picks here.
Right. That crab is just holding strong. It's a massive amount of pressure to have in that almost, like, unkillable position. The stamp throw going out, not quite making it, but we do see the Inkjet getting kills as it goes in aggressively. That's 2! Oh, and just barely misses that 3rd as we're seeing the ballpoint try to close in to help apply the pressure, as that is going to be Inkpack Rockets breaking into the checkpoint, which actually puts Rise and Shine on the defensive this time, giving them a really helpful advantage. I'm noticing immediately, because Rocket's weapon comp is a lot better with their paint this time.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're able to control the pace of the match a little bit easier when you have more movement options here. But definitely you like how the Trizuka attempted to get some picks here. Trizuka, one of those specials that like it does something or it does everything or it does nothing, right? A lot of people call it the lottery Zuka here, and right now it seems like Rise and Shine loves playing the lottery. But
right,
no,
it's that unreliable hitbox, I'll tell you. But Rockets again trying to keep up the pressure as we are seeing a different fight in which the Splash wins, but they do go down before they can pop their crab. Rise and Shine is down 2 players. This could be the opening as we see the Inkjet getting very aggressive. But the Kraken comes out and it's chasing down the Rainmaker. Oh, and it punishes the Inkjet landing, and it's trying to come back in time to slow down the Rainmaker. But the Rainmaker has its opening that it
running
needs.
away! Oh my goodness!
No, down.
Oh, what a jump back! What?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Now that wasn't a very great push. That was like one of the best pushes I've seen from Impact Rockets right there. Everything just seemed to like snap into place between the tacticaler respawns, right? Being able to just hold more special, right? The Inkjet was able to get some picks there, right? Along with using the stamp there. But right now, Rise and Shine does not seem very happy about that. As seems to be able to take some mid control from them.
We are seeing kind of a neutral right now, but Rise and Shine did throw out a Kraken trying to get aggressive as Rockets did lose 3 players. This is the comeback that Rise and Shine needs as they take the first checkpoint and start to set up defensive positions with the wall and throwing out the Toxic Mist to slow down Cosmo up there on the end zap. They pop the bubble a second time. Is somebody going to pick up the Rainmaker yet? Oh, we do see 2! Oh, almost 3 with that Inkjet. Inkzuka. That's a 3. That's a triple kill. Oh my god.
As I say,
amazing.
playing the lottery once again. It does pay off eventually, but Sheem, is that how you say that name? I'm not sure.
Schneeb, I think, because there's an M there, right?
Oh, right. Okay, you know what? Does it matter when you're able to make Trizuka shots like that?
No, you just call them the godlike splatter shot. We do see Rockets taking back their position. They get a wipe out to finally take back their positions and hold on to the Rainmaker. They are maintaining the lead still with that 16 from that crazy push, so they're electing to leave the Rainmaker in its bubble back at their base, which is going to force Rise and Shine to break through.
Yeah, Rise and Shine was able to break through relatively easily back there on the retake, right? I think it was just due to like just some staggering and some good picks right now. But right now in this neutral right here, it's really hard to just be able to contest some of these weapons that are moving extremely
the stamp!
fast.
We do see lots of specials. Oh my god, wait. Shiro trying to get really aggressive with that stamp. But the suction bomb. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
You're moving.
Wasn't quite enough. Oh, here comes the Inkzuka. What are we gonna see?
On a 2.
Oh, a 2. 3.
What's the other third?
Oh,
no,
nothing.
No picks. Okay.
Oh no, Rise and Shine. Oh my god.
No. Okay.
Decimation. 3 players going down. And Impact Rockets is just taking as much turf as they can to keep them away from that Rainmaker.
Yeah, if I were Impact Rockets right now, I would just comfortably sit in mid and just like punish anyone who just comes close to the Rainmaker right now. I think if I were Rise and Shine right now, I would be trying to quickly build specials to be able to get at least 1 pick to retake mid. The Kraken's going to come out here, try and make something happen. It gets 1.
Oh, and scrambles.
It's going through. Okay, the Rainmaker shield's not going to be popped, though. Is no one grab the Rainmaker here? It's not going to go into overtime for Rise and Shine.
Rockets just holding on that game. That massive comp switch between these first 2 games apparently changed a lot more than just the weapons, but also the play style and the positioning, because that's going to be a win for Impact Rockets, which means that we're going to have to see that 3rd game to find out who's going to move on.
Oh my god, Shmeeb with the Trizuka over there, being able to find 2
wild.
as well as weaken that ballpoint, right? Because even if you miss with the Trizuka now, you're still 60, right? And being at 60 is scary because there's a lot of things that'll be able to combo and just instantly pick you off, like a few shots in the splatter shot, a bomb, any stray bullets, man. You do not want to be poked right after just being slightly hit by that Zuka. If it doesn't kill you, you're still scrambling to find a way to get back into position, even if you're weakened right there. But Rise and Shine there, definitely trying to like hold their ground there and being able to make a comeback there, but it just quite wasn't enough.
Honestly, it may have just been those lottery shots with the Inkzuka, but I actually do think that Impact Rockets made a really good change that last game, and really they were able to immediately come roaring back and just kind of that push into their base with their specials. There was even the Rise and Shine's Kraken was pretty powerful, but just it can't quite hold everything, and so when it went off to try and get kills in the back, it just allowed that Rainmaker to just run forward for free.
Yeah, absolutely. I think definitely you just adapting to your enemy's playstyle is a skill that is definitely treated in competitive Splatoon here. And Rocket Impacts here is showing their flexibility on certain weapons here. We saw both blasters just being swapped out here and chucked aside for these shooters here that are just able to just hold paint and be able to just like move a lot more forward just in general. I really liked how the crab there was able to just seal a lot of mid here and allowed Shiro to be able to move up there with the Splatana Wiper and be able to get picks with the Stamper as well. It is one of those things that just is tried and true, and it's hard to go wrong with.
All right, we're going to be jumping into Game 3, which, if I see right now, is going to be Splat Zones. Nope, that's the wrong one. Clam Blitz on Museum. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
We're going to see... Oh, there is a minor comp switch up from Rise and Shine, switching to a C Junior, and we see the exact same... Is that the exact same comp from Impact Rockets? They're holding strong on what worked last time.
Yep, there's a Wiper Deco this time around, and Wiper Deco definitely going to be trading out that torpedo there for Squid Beacons, especially if it can get set up here. But as you see, Shiro's here just going to be able to comfortably just paint for these missiles here. But no, it's already a pick is going to be going down here on Impact Rocket's side as Rise and Shine is already on that spinner here and going to be able to combo that Wave Breaker with the Trizuka there. That is beautiful team coordination.
This is a massive... immediate push. Oh, and Rise and Shine got it right this time. Oh, the Kraken comes out, making for a massive distraction, forcing everybody to escape, getting 1 kill. Oh, attacking the crab, getting 2 kills as Rise and Shine breaks the barrier, allowing lots of clams to go in. That's 2 different power clams. Plus, I think that's 2 extra clams. 3, 4. They're holding that basket open for as long as they can. Impact Rockets is just trying to desperately regain their defense as Rise and Shine just wouldn't let up on that defense. But as the basket goes back up, we do see a Tacticooler come down from Rockets as they try to get more aggressive, get some kills to keep their spot.
Yep. Rise and Shine. I feel like a switch was just flipped, right? They got really angry from that Scorch Gorge game here. Being able to just combo some of the specials here. I really like the Wave Breaker and Trizuka here, but right now, Rise and Shine is able to just sit comfortably usually in their spawn here. They have a lot of painting power, as you see with the C Junior, right? C Junior is one of those weapons that is just really, really good at just painting and able to just hold your ground and poking with those torpedoes, of course, here. And right now, War Special is going to hop out, and this ballpoint is just struggling to find any picks right here.
Oh my god, a 52 flank! Oh my god, Rise and Shine once again. Oh, they're surrounding the Rockets. Oh, and the Rockets, the Viper misses a heartbreaking melee attack. I feel them on that one. I play Stamper. That hurts. And they are able to break open the basket once again, going down to 18. One more power clam, and this could be over. But actually, Impact Rocket is getting super aggressive. 12, but I think they're going to hold on a little longer as they try to paint to make up for the losses. And we do see the Inkjet come out trying to get the kills, and we see our Splash trying to paint for Crab to throw that out to keep them on their toes, to say the least.
Oh my gosh. I'm watching the same game here, right? Like, here I thought, like, the other these teams were just, like, pretty evenly matched, you know? It's game 3, and both these teams took a game off each other, but right now, Rise and Shine seems to be in the driver's seat, as they seem to be running away with this one, with only 12 points left to be able to shut out this game here. This Shinger just being able to...
Ooh, we are seeing a stronger defense. Stronger defense from Rockets as they actually managed to seem to retaliate here, but even it's that toxic miss. They're holding on to that staircase, which really limits their entry options. But Rockets finally actually making some progress. But we do see is that the Viper in a fight with the C Junior in the back. Oh, but they managed to take it out against the Junior. We're seeing as Rockets are finally losing their footing as Rise and Shine makes this comeback, holding on. The Kraken is ready. And they are building up their clams for what could be one last push if they do this right.
Yep. Dino on this 96 scout has been putting in so much work here, being able to just use this Kraken to be able to just try and get in here. If you really want to do Kraken cheese, you could, but no. Dino knows the Kraken is much more than just cheese right now. But as you see, they just put down the wall here and just be able to just hold their ground. It is really hard to contest the 96 behind that wall here as the
Basket's down.
basket keeps open.
Oh,
my
here
God.
comes 7. Here comes 7. It's staying open. Oh, 2, 1, 0.
Oh!
That's open. That's gone. That's gone. Rise and Shine takes it with a knockout on the clams. Wow.
Yo,
That
I
was
blinked.
so crazy.
I blinked and I missed the basket being open there, and just
No,
all
it was
those
like,
clams
wow,
just
yeah,
falling in there.
Kraken's not just cheese. And then, oh wait, what happened?
What
Oh,
happened?
wow.
Wow, that was really well played by Rise and Shine there. I feel like Impact Rockets there was just struggling to find any footing there, right? The ballpoint was like trying to look for picks there, but the ballpoint was constantly being contested by either bombs or just
Apparently
special.
a stray 96 flank, right? So
Stray 96, like exactly. 96, one of those weapons that might seem a little bit of a weird pick, but when it gets in, it goes in, right? And Dino over there was able to show it with full capabilities, just being able to just hold their ground, get so many different picks here, and as well as Kraken, right? If you're on the verge of dying, well, if I click Kraken a little bit early here, then I can just stay up on that platform area and just keep my team from keep my team's momentum here and just toss in more clams for more of an advantage here.
right. I think it was honestly, it just seemed like a game of defense and going for those picks. And then when Impact Rockets got like caught off guard, they lost the neutral fight, and then immediately Rise and Shine capitalized right away. Those Krakens were able to go in and be a massive distraction as they got kills, allowing the rest of the team to close in there. Honestly, I think it was really well played from both teams overall, and I think they should both be proud.
Oh yeah, definitely. Both should be proud there. I definitely really liked the Tri-Stringer pick from Rise and Shine there. You know what? You love to see unconventional stuff here from Ing up here, but stick around, folks. We still have more games to go. We'll see you shortly.
All right, everybody, welcome back to From the Ink Up. We're back for our third game. I'm Mark, and I'm here with Neptune. Say hello.
Hello. And we have some more games to show you guys is tonight here. We are on groups round 3 here, and we have 2 teams here. Would you feel free to introduce them, Mark?
All right, let's talk about the teams then. So we're gonna have teams Squidfany versus the Blue Ring Reapers, which
Yep.
honestly fun stuff. I'm excited.
Yep.
I have the map list. I think it's gonna be very interesting. I think it's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
very comp dependent this time.
Oh yeah, Splat says Makomar, a Splatoon 2 classic right here. Right. It's gonna be the battle for stacks. One of my teammates put it here.
Oh.
But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of variety here. AoE weapons work pretty well, sharking weapons, long range weapons, short range weapons. Everything works pretty well on this map here. It's all a matter of how these teams decide to blend it together and being able to make it actually happen here. But you know what? Slot Zones Makomart is also one of the more very volatile Slot Zones maps, if you ask me.
It feels like it. It's like what one bomb on one stack kills 2 guys, it's over. Sorry.
It's over.
Sorry.
I'm
You
sorry.
you lose 70 points as your punishment.
Yep, GG suction
Haha.
bombs become a
Haha,
thing.
got him. GG's suction bomb.
As someone who loves hitting him with the big ig suck, I do indeed support or that type of play style here. But you know, I'm curious to see what both these teams are going to be bringing out here.
Because thinking of suction bombs, you have like just running NZAP, which is like so popular already. Like I think you're gonna see them. I think you're gonna see suction bombs, which is just terrifying.
You know what? I want to see some egg vacuums. Right, egg vac just got buffed here this past year.
It's the best special in the game. I mean, come on.
Okay. Hear me out. You don't need that much sucked up in the egg pack to be able to just cap zone. Mako Mark's tiny, right? Even a reef slider is able to just cap that thing pretty effortlessly. You know, a well-aimed ink back shot, with a little bit of coordination, can definitely change the tide of battle here, if you ask me.
Definitely. Honestly, you know what? I gotta say, we gotta see some big swig roller. It's gotta happen.
Roller.
You know what?
Okay. Big swig? You know,
Hey,
I can see that.
don't underestimate big swig.
All right, I will.
I definitely don't say that. I definitely don't say that biased. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've seen some Swigma males running around here, so we'll see how we'll see if a big swig roller does come out here. But you know what? We might just see the tried and true. You know, you might see some splash, you might see some splatter shot. Trizuka has been pretty popular recently. I think every single match up to this point here.
I bet you we see a splash to drop crab on the stacks.
Oh my gosh, you know,
which will be very dominating, but also it can be vulnerable too. It's like a very that's like a definitely high risk reward position because it's like if you drop a crab on the stack and somebody flanks you, haha, nice crab, buddy, it's gone.
Well,
all right, we're jumping in.
Does come out.
Splat zones, Mako Mart. Let's see what the comps will look like this time.
Squibney in the light teal color there versus Reapers.
Dude, double splatling again. We see an Octobrush, which I think will be so fun. Oh, I called it. There's your Splash-O-Matic. So
there's Splash-O-Matic indeed.
Nautilus Range Blast will be interesting. And we do see both teams getting pretty aggressive trying to take that zone right away. Oh, and here comes the Splatana Wiper as it goes in aggressively, but it gets double teamed. The crab is already prepared on the side of Squidfity, and Squidfity gets a wipeout already, not a knockout.
A knockout. You know
that's it. That's the game.
That's the game, folks, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between. Right now is a battle for mid right now, and the crab on the stack is going to be able to put in so much work, as we were talking about earlier, as that Octopus tries to move in, but no, going to get shut down by the Nautilus that's all there. But what is going on, Mark? Just nothing seems to be working from the Blue Ring Reapers.
I really don't know. This is Squidfiny got so aggressive and got those amazing picks as Nautilus just holds a really good neutral. Honestly, it's kind of dominating right now. Oh, but we do see a trade. The Nautilus and the Range Blaster are down, so this is probably the Reaper's best chance to close in right now and get a kill.
Yep, I do like how the Reapers reset the zone there because it just buys them quite a bit of time here. You know what? Even if mistakes are made, right? There's still more time here, and that's very precious, especially in a game
How many mods
as
in
quick
chat?
as.
We don't have any mods in chat. We need a mod in chat to get rid of that.
But
Anyway.
anyways,
Anyways,
maybe
we
the
are
mods
we,
are coming in here because they're cleaning up the spot zone. But you know what? Here, Blue Ring Reapers is going to be shut out here, and they're not going to be able to retake the zone anytime soon. Here, they just keep dropping like flies.
really struggling. Squidfinny is holding a really strong defense right now. We do see the Inkjet coming out, trying very desperately to get some picks, but the Squidfinny players managed to take cover as Reapers do manage to actually hold on to the zone. The massive Ultra Stamp manages to get a trade, but we are seeing Reaper's zone numbers finally start to tick down as Squidfinny has been pushed back a little bit. Rain Blaster getting aggressive, getting a pick, throwing out the Wave Breaker too to keep applying that pressure, regaining the zone again, giving them penalty points, which we all know they sure definitely needed, right? Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. You know what? Here, it's time to have a little bit of the taste of their own medicine here. Squidfinny is going to be on the one trying to be able to break into the zone here. But right now, I see a lot of like scrambling around. That Octobrush is trying to hold right stack, but it's consistently being pushed out by that Range Blaster. Never mind. Okay, Commentator's Curse is coming in effect here as Reapers
We do
are
see
gonna
the
be able
Ultra
to hold
Stamp
the
coming
zone.
out, running into the zone, gets a kill as Squidfinny is trying very desperately to regain that zone. They take it away from Reapers before they can maintain the lead, giving them even more penalty points as their numbers start to tick down for Squidfinny. But
Yeah.
this is definitely not it, as we do see two Reapers on the on one side of the map. I'll tell you that. And oh, the Viper getting very aggressive, dies, goes down. Unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. This is getting really scrappy in mid here. I guess that's Mako Mart for you, but no, this Nautilus here is going to be able to shut down that Wiper, trying to prevent him from doing whatever they wanted to do here. But right now, if I were Squidfinny, right, I would just shut down mid with these specials, which is exactly what they're doing. As Reapers pull out specials of their own with this Inkjet, trying to find a pick here, but it's not quite going to work.
Squidfinny trying to hold out a wipeout. Okay,
Wipeout.
that's it. That's gonna be it. I'm pretty sure that's the
Yeah.
end of their points. Wow.
Wow.
It was that initial just like explosion with that giant advantage from Squidfinny just pushed them back for so long that they had to regain so much of an advantage to even have a chance. Reapers
Yes.
put up a good fight, but honestly, Squidfinny's defense was just really strong at the beginning there.
Yeah, it was an explosive start coming from Squidfinny's side right here. Just so much aggression as well as just like smart ways to play around your weapon, right? You saw that pick from that range blaster there on the right stack, where the Octobrush was just trying to lurk around, and they just felled over like they were nothing. I gotta say, Squidfinny really knows how to pick and choose some of their fights here, and they had a very dominating game one there from the start. But you know what? I gotta.
Yeah, they added brakes.
Oh. Well, we had a little technical difficulties here, folks. Oh.
No, your joining sound effect was just perfectly timed. That's all.
But just for a little bit of context, folks.
My microphone didn't even pick that up. that I just mimicked the sound effect.
Let's just say
Oh my
our
God.
streamer had a little bit of technical difficulties.
Okay, we're
Hey,
good.
we
We're
are
good.
back here. We're moving
You know
on
what?
to
It's fine. We didn't lose any gameplay. We're good.
exactly right. And you
All
know
right, tell him Neptune. What are we going to next?
we're going to Tower Control Sturgeon Shipyard, which is a controversial pick. I personally really like this one. Mark, do you have some opinions about this one? I think.
Hey, I'm not gonna say that I dislike it or anything. I'm just saying that it's gonna be like very much so a hey, watch out for the laser that's aiming at you. It kind of means they're gonna get shot.
You know what? I didn't see any charges come out this game, but you know what? It
No,
might just be a ball.
No chargers yet, which I think is interesting. Just seems like Splatlings have overall been a stronger pick for a while.
Yeah, definitely. Perhaps it'll be a ballpoint beam. You hear that little click, and then you'll suddenly just be dead across the map here. But you know what? I think Sturgeon. I think it comes down to just all about controlling that spinner here, and seeing how these teams will be able to control these spinners is something I'm looking forward to in game number 2 here. Let's get into it.
All right, do we see any comp switch ups? pretty much just the usual suspects. We do see a Splatana Stamper. I'm not biased. What? No, I would never. Squid Finny holding strong with what works. Range Blaster, Wiper, Ballpoint, Splash. But we do see the Reapers switching it up, going to heavy Splatling. And we do see a Stamper going in, immediately going down, not quite being able to get a pick there. Range Blaster getting aggressive, getting a pick off the top as they do even, not quite managed to win that fight, but Reapers are down in numbers at the top moment.
Yep. Definitely a very tricky spot to be in here if I was just on a Stamper right now. Just gotta try peek in and try and get somewhere out in there. But no, these burst pumps and this range blaster is gonna clean him up as the first checkpoint is already seems to be falling here. It's hardly a minute in too.
It's the range blaster. I mean, I'm seeing it go in and around the cover, and they're just not able to hide from it. Oh, is that a triple? That was beautiful.
No, hold
oh
up,
my
it's gonna be a quad right
the
here. This
Tri-Slosher
right?
trying to go around the back. Tri-Slosher managing to get one kill, but not quite two, which is just unfortunate as we see Range Blaster hold on to that tower. Oh my god! And just like that, oh my god! Splatana Stamper comes out of nowhere, gets 3! That's 3 kills on Splatana Stamper!
The heck is going on here? Something has been awakened the Splatana Stamper player right here. They had some vengeance for being underneath a little platform right there, and they're certainly showing it with those verticals and slicing them through.
We do see that the Splatana Stamper does have their Zipcaster special charged up, which they can use. Oh, Splatana Stamper getting a melee on the ballpoint, helping the Kraken get another kill. That Splatana Stamper just flipped a switch and has now started getting so aggressive as we are seeing the Reapers are just maintaining this massive advantage. The Crab is ready. Crab comes out.
Crabs come out in a weird and awkward position.
Crab.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this Crab, it's questionable, but you know what? It bought some time, and you know what? Time is what you need to be able to get this lead here on Blue Ring Reaper's side.
Oh, the Reapers take the lead, though. It's a sacrifice worth it, if you ask me, but we are going to see Squid Finny is trying to capitalize on that as much as they can by trying to take up as much turf as they can, but
it certainly is going to be...
Splatana Stamper trying to take picks more and more as they fight the Range Blaster. I swear, the two big killers on each team trying in a standoff, but we are seeing, Squid Finny takes the first loss as they try to go in for an Ultra Stamp kill and go down. That's only one person left on Squid Finny, which could be a massive advantage for the Reapers. This Splatana Stamper grabbing a kill, holding onto that Zipcaster for when they need it. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, it is a clash between this Range Blaster and this Splatana Stamper. Both of them are able to just get multi-kills and be able to lead to a lot of different advantage states for their team as another one be able to drop out by that Gray Tier. As you see, this is just going to be able to try and control as much of this area as they can in their spot.
Splatana Stamper wins a Splatana fight. Oh my god. The Zipcaster going out must be a distraction, but not quite able to get any kills. Reapers down 2 as they do a bit of a tactical retreat. Range Blaster not wanting them to escape at all. Drops the Wave Breaker, trying to chase them down, not let them hide. Toxic Mist, watch out for it. The V Tri-Slosher trying to hold on with the Toxic Mist, which could be useful, right?
Yeah, definitely. And as you see right now, this is the fight for spinners, right? I would have put one of my teammates. Another one? Okay, God. What the heck? Okay, I can't even get my points across, but what I'm trying to say here is they're trying to control Spinner, and Spinner is one of the most important things to hold on this map, especially on tower control here, as it's able to allow the tower to go freely, but a double's going to come out here and just going to be able to give you even more.
Splatana Stamper goes for the hard landing, and the flank from the Splatana Wiper is getting 2 kills as they manage to almost just wipe off the entirety. There they go. Blue Ring Reapers push back again. This is so back and forth, but Blue Ring Reapers managing to hold on to that lead just for a little bit longer. If they can hold on to it for another 45 seconds, this game is over. But Squid Finny's not going to go down without a fight, clearly, as they try to get very aggressive coming off that tower, knocking out that Tri right away before it can cause any damage. They're holding on to that Crab as the Splash-O-Matic goes after the Splatana Stamper, but they're forced to pop the Crab to survive.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is an all-out brawl here for this tower right here. right? I often see 2 dropping from either side here, 3 dropping in this case,
Oh my
right?
god.
There is very little time left on the board right now, and I think the Grim Reaper, sorry, not the Grim Reaper, the Blue Ring
The
Reapers.
Grim Reapers, oh god, it's over for them.
It might as well be the
Oh.
Grim Ring Reapers with
The
how
Blue
that Stamper's
We're
playing.
holding on to the tower. As long as one person's on the tower when the time goes out, this is already over. That's it. Blue Ring Reapers takes that tower control game. That game was just
my
amazing.
God. What the heck could I witness there? Felt like
Oh my
something
god.
was switched right there, right? Someone flicked a switch on the Blue Ring Reapers. That Stamper came out and just basically stamped them all to the ground. There was nothing left there on Spinner half the time.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You were hyping up tower control on Sturgeon, and it probably gave us the most interesting game we've seen so far. Definitely the most aggressive. That was so many back and forth kills. The range blaster from, I believe, Blue Ring Reapers, was it? Going, no, yeah, that's
Blue Ring Reapers, yep.
no,
Blue
I
Ring
think it
Reapers.
was Squid Finney with the range blaster because Blue
Squid
Ring
Finney with the
Reapers
range
had
blaster,
the Splatana Stamper,
Yeah, exactly.
and
You're
they
right.
just kept trading back and forth. The Splatana Stamper getting so aggressive, knocking out the ballpoint when it found a good position, chasing it down. It was, and then the Zipcasters as a strong distraction, which kept everybody's fire focused on it. The tower pushes were just so strong, but unfortunately, after Blue Ring Reapers got that advantage, Squid Finney couldn't quite make that up.
I really love how they held on to the Zipcaster there to try and get as much stalling out of it as possible right there, right? Zipcaster's one of those not those weapons, specials that it's just like, it's very difficult to be consistent with, but you know what? Something it is good at getting attention and pulling it away from the objective, and that is exactly what
I mean,
Blue
heck,
Ring
if you saw
Reapers-
Spider-Man in the wild, you'd be pretty interested, wouldn't you?
Definitely. You know what? I'm not going to deny the power that is the spectacle that is the Zipcaster. But you know what? I thought Squidbody was going to be able to win this game pretty convincingly based off of the Splatstones game. But right now, Blue Ring Reapers with that Stamper pick was just able to show up here and just control a lot of just space just on this entire map there. You saw how they went up to Spinner and just squid roll to take out that ballpoint. I was flabbergasted by that. What the heck?
No doubt. Alright, the last game is Rainmaker on Humpback, which, say hello to Humpback, everybody, from Sizzle Season. This will be a very interesting one, because there's so much more room, that being a Splatoon 3 map through, Splatoon 2 map through and through, excuse me. There's a lot of extra room for a lot of stuff. I'm very curious on if they're going to switch weapons to adapt to that beautiful slope shot stuff that everybody just loves to see.
You know what? What everyone loves on this map, it's fizzy bombs, right? Being able to just hold that choke there just by tossing a little bit of that soda bomb. Delicious, nice, easy advantage right there. But you know what? I'm curious to see if Squidfidy's going to change things up here, because you know what? Blasters aren't really all that great on Hump Track, especially on Rainmaker when you need popping power for that shield, right?
Right.
Definitely
what I'm
need to be.
expecting to see is Tenta missiles, because I
Tenta
feel like if we're gonna go back to Splatoon 2, it's not complete without Tenta missiles, and they're really strong on Humpback with the walls that you can't escape from and helping apply pressure on that Rainmaker
But,
shield. 'Cause you
okay,
can target
Banger.
it.
Okay, Squidfity is sticking strong with their Range Blaster player.
Sloshing
as the
Machine.
Wiper comes out on Squidfiny's side. So we have a bit of a Splatana flexer here on Blue Ring Reapers. But let's see how these teams are going to be able to brawl it out in mid here.
I'm very curious with the changes that that seems to be the Reapers that they made. With you see that no, that's not. That would be Squidfinny who made the changes to Sloshing Machine and Neo Splash. Oh, we do see a lot of specials coming out as they try to take the Rainmaker early. Squidfinny immediately breaking the checkpoint right away, but the Reapers are not going to let that happen for free, as they're going to try and finish that out with the Zap flank, taking out most of the team, I'm pretty sure, as they throw another Tacticooler.
Yep. Gonna be cycling those drinks, man. Gonna be popping those soda cans, whether it be in mid, it be in their spawn. Being able to just capitalize and just stay active on this map is huge, especially with how scrappy you can get in mid here, as this Range Blaster is trying to just find these picks here, just to be able to create some advantage for their team.
it's actually kind of difficult right now, the position that the Reapers have put themselves in by picking up that Rainmaker, because it's kind of forced them to play defensively until they could find an opening, but the Squidfinny manages to take out the Rainmaker, forcing it back into the bubble, as they managed to take out that Slater, who was the Splash-O-Matic user. And it just seems to be really a strong neutral back and forth. Sloshing Machine picking up the Rainmaker, trying to get picks. We see an Ultra Stamp go in, only quite get one kill as Squidfinny pops the Tacticooler and is able to get those kind of revenge kills for free, as they can just then respawn quickly right away, which is definitely a little bit stronger than the slow respawn.
Yep, it may have just been one kill there, but that one kill is able to lead to this checkpoint being here, as the Blue Ring Reapers are going to make a break for on the left side and get 20, 10, 15, 5.
Whoa! Oh my god.
You blink and you miss it. What was that Rainmaker push?
The Blue Ring Reapers come out of nowhere and just absolutely go in on a stealth mission. I mean, even the crab, they were able to just use the podium hiding from the crab's explosions, and they just climbed right up, and that's it. The Blue Ring Reapers, and to win the round.
Oh my god, that was such a you normally I always see like teams trying to push through the right side on Humpback, right? Because going through the left side is usually just very predictable and easy to shut down there. But Blue Ring Reaper is able to find that opportunity just to be able to run the Rainmaker all the way from the first checkpoint to the final checkpoint. I don't think I can form words anymore, because that was just crazy, Mark.
I mean, that was like, it really just it didn't seem like that was how it was gonna end. It was so back and forth the whole time, and then Squidfinny got a minor advantage, took that first checkpoint, but then it was just like, it seemed like a 1-2 pick, and then that was it. That was all they needed for the Reapers to just run in there. I'm not I can't even say that I'm 100% sure what happened there. That was very, very fast of a that was quite the game ender.
Well, the one thing's for certain that we can tell from those actions right there, the Blue Ring Reapers are going to take the set 2-1, being able to add another win to their names here. But still really well played by Squidfinny overall, I think. They were skirmishing in mid very well there, especially with the Range Blaster. But as you said before, it's really hard to get good positions with Range Blaster on this map here, making it quite difficult for their Range Blaster to be able to get any picks there, or as much mileage as they typically got, say, on compared to that tower control or that zones game that we saw.
Right. I mean, it was such that was so weird, because you wouldn't expect that, honestly. I mean, I certainly didn't. That was very, I mean, I don't really, it's so hard for me to form words right now, if I'm honest, but, every single one of those games went so differently. Because, I mean, you had the zones game where Squidfinny kind of shut them out right away, and then the Reapers just had too much ground to make up. And then the tower game on Sturgeon was just amazing, because you saw that was just kills upon kills upon kills. Somebody's numbers are really high and they're really happy with that. And then that game was just, it was so neutral, and then we blinked and it ended.
Yeah, that was certainly a fantastic show from Blue Ring Reapers, because something that's very important in this game is to keep your eye on that Rainmaker and be able to stop it when it's trying to score some points here, which is something that Blue Ring Reapers is just able to sneak on by and be able to just knock it out and just ending the game right there. That is something that's just a recognition of the game state as well. So really well played on their part here. But yeah, that's not all we have left here for you folks. There's still more games here from the Cup number 39 here, and we'll be right back for more games sooner or later.
Style
Hello, hello, everyone. My name is Neptune, and I'm joined here by Mark. Say hello.
Hello.
Yep. And today we are starting the bracket phase, I believe, of the tournament
right.
now. Yep. And we are going to be having two teams here, one of which has probably one of the silliest names I've seen all day here. They're called the IRS.
No, we're not doing
Oh,
that.
not
We're
the
not
other.
doing
Wait,
that.
my bad. I got the wrong note sheet. I have the wrong
Yeah,
note
not
sheet
quite,
here.
not quite. We're gonna do Black Squid Ink Burger versus Cooldown
Oh boy.
on
Okay.
for I think this should be a best of 3 instead of a play all 3. So we may only see 2 games tonight depending on how this shapes up. But what do you think's gonna happen? Any guesses based on what we've got?
Well, Clip with Scorch Gorge right here is one of those maps and modes where just like you gotta have a crab, right? Crab is so strong on the top mid there that you definitely want to run one of those at least. But you know what? From the Ink Up has a lot more unconventional picks, so I'm curious to see what other teams will bring to the table here, especially for Clan Blitz Scorch Gorge. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this map mode combination, Mark?
Plumlet Scourge is actually like I feel like it's not bad, but it's also like that grate sometimes doesn't really have much use because you stick the basket right in like on the far right side. So
Oh yeah.
when you like that extra like it's really just a glorified flank route, but if they even see you coming for even a moment, you're probably dead, or you're running away with your tail between your legs.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is one of those high risk, high reward flank routes for Clan Blitz here. Normally, there's like a block or something like that that's able to easily get you onto the other side, but Scorch, you have to walk those grates very carefully. Otherwise, you're gonna get picked off for free. But you know what? The battle for mid is pretty interesting, I think, on this map, especially with that giant platform in the middle there. But we'll see how these teams will deal. They'll either be throwing bombs, using AoE weapons, or specials to force their way through. Every team has a unique way of just trying to like break through here, and I can't wait to see it here tonight with these two teams.
I think it'll be. I think it's definitely like going back to what you said. I think the crab is going to be. I think we're definitely going to see a crab because I think that one spot up there with the pole where you can just kind of sit there, it'll be kind of silly. But seeing hopefully we'll see some reoccurring stuff like we'll probably see some end zap, maybe wiper, probably some ballpoint, maybe. Let's see what we've got.
Yep, we have
V roller. Oh my God, Aniki Nova.
Oh,
Heavy
Anakin
flatline
Nova.
bucket. This is definitely the wildest comp we've seen. V roller, Aniki Nova, Tri Nouveau, and ballpoint on the side of Inkburger, and then zap, shot, bucket, and heavy on cooldown.
Yeah, wow. Okay. I like a lot of these, especially the Anakin Nova here. Being able to just pump out jets like it's no one's business here and just be able to just poke really easily here. But you know, oh what? Clam Blitz is more than just poking here. It's about maintaining that clam economy right now. And it seems like both these teams are trying to do a decent job here, but
Ooh,
ooh.
Inkburger manages to get that first pick with the crazy tri-slosher play as they do have that tacticooler to maintain their advantage. The Aniki, oh, they pop the Inkjet going in. Oh, but they get shot down by the Trizuka. Oh my God. Oh, that wasn't the Aniki Nova. That was the ballpoint. They have two Inkzukas along with a bubble, and they're gonna have tacticooler, which the tacticooler will be pretty essential. And double Inkjet is super destructive. But you also have to keep in mind that they can't pop clams.
Yeah, this is getting very scrappy here in mid here. Mostly they were forced onto that ramp there for a bit of time here, but Cooldown is looking to take control top mid here, using what was it, all their splatlings, their sloshers, their end zaps. Just going to retake this and force it back all the way to their ramp here. Black Squid Ink is going to be
Cooldown getting very aggressive. Oh, but the double Inkjet to come out to immediately force them away. You see, oh my God, almost all of Cooldown is wiped out except for the Zap, who ran away very early once they saw the Inkjets. But Inkburger's getting aggressive. They killed the Zap, and now they're holding onto 7 clams. This power clam, the amazing bomb throw. They do manage to get the power clam in, but they lose 2 players to a single bomb throw. That was almost just a moment late. If it had just been there a moment earlier, they could have actually protected their basket completely there. But now Cooldown is holding on to 2 power clams, I think. One left at the basket and one on them right now. But they're going to have to use it eventually, or Inkburger is just going to hold on to their lead forever.
Yep, definitely, definitely. And that bomb was pretty crucial here to prevent any more points from being fired out here. But the Trizuka is going to get a pick
Oh
on
my
top mid from
God.
an arc shot. What
That was
the heck?
beautiful. Oh, you see, wait, hold on. Okay, the roller's getting really aggressive. They have to pop their bubble to survive, but unfortunately they're in a really bad position right now, kind of being sort of surrounded. I'm very, like, curious on the use of V roller here, but you see that it's trying to get a peg, but doesn't quite make it. Cooldown still holding onto their defense, but those inkjets just keep shutting them down every time they try. It's really difficult for them to get in right now with those inkjets. But
Yeah.
now that they're gone, the Inkburger is trying to press the offense. Lots of fizzy bombs from Ravioli, the Tri Nouveau player, trying to pressure them as much as possible.
Yep,
You have
those
double
fizzy
fizzy
bombs.
bomb and double inkjet. It's kind of a brutal comp in terms of pressure. But
Oh,
we
yeah,
do see
for
the
sure.
Tacticooler is finally ready. Are we going to see them drop it? Here it comes. Right in the middle, maybe a little up too far, because now they have to run up to get it. Oh, wow. Cooldown is now capitalizing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
the
for
ink
sure.
mine!
Okay. Well, you know what? Inkmine's able to clean up some scraps sometimes here, and a lot of them just got popped over here, right? And Nikki Nova's, right? Specialty, definitely, for sure. And the Inkjet's gonna have to be popped
Oh,
out
the
too, but
Inksuka, your
never mind!
favorite!
The
I swear,
Trizuka...
every time. For you, it's the Inkzuka.
Yep.
We
The
do see the
Trizuka...
splatter shot getting aggressive, though.
Yep. I do love to see me some good Trizuka picks here, and certainly that is being delivered here by Cooldown here. And right now, if I were them, right, I'd just like be trying to like slowly ease my way up here before they're able to like get too many jets here. Ballpoint's already holding on to it for quite a long time, but that ink strike is going to try and see if they can get closer to that platform with the basket
An
there.
inkjet shot from the top ropes. Oh my god, that is a perfect little snipe right there. The inkjet
And
holds on,
they're
gets
gonna
two.
sneak
Oh,
one.
but they've managed to throw in 2 power clams. Just like that, cooldown now takes the lead over Inkburger with just 2 amazing rushing in power clam throws. But we see that immediately Inkburger is trying to regain their advantage right now. This is a very, like, look for an opening kind of game.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's movement right there to be able to just dunk that other power clam and definitely was very impressive from cooldown side here. But you know what? The game's not over. There's still 30 seconds left, and that Klamakai looks mighty high in Black Squid Ink Burger's favor right now, as they continuously just put pressure with these ink jets in the air.
So many of the specials are really contributing to them. Oh my gosh, wow, you
Oh,
just see this,
okay.
you see a double kill from cooldown splatter shot as they go for the flank, but Inkburger has opened up the basket. Are they going to be able to throw in enough to get it in? Doesn't seem like it, which means that I'm pretty sure we're going to see cooldown take the first game.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I saw a lot of scrapping and brawling in mid here, but just like cooldown, being able to just get 2 of those power clams in back to back was able to seal the deal there just to be able to take the lead and hold it in there. And amazing picks from that splatter shot over there. Gotta give that a shout out to that player over there. I believe it was Ravioli on the splatter shot.
It might have been. Wow, yeah, that was just. I mean, that was crazy. It was like specials everywhere. Like, I think it was Inkburger with they ran double inkjet, like, and then they ran fizzy bomb. They had a lot of pressure going on. They were trying to consistently use those inkjets to repel every push, but unfortunately, they managed to slip through the cracks and throw in the power clam for the win on cooldown.
Yeah, I can see what they were going for here, right? Because you know, if you have 2 inkjets plus a tacticooler, well, you know what? If you die, well, just jump to the inkjet, right? That's generally the thought process I see behind that team comp there. But just it didn't seem to work as effectively, especially with that Trizuka being able to get picks and shut down the jets before they were able to come up in the air in the first place. And even when other jets from like Ballpoint came out, right, they weren't able to just stop the full throttle that was Black Squid Ink Burgers. My gosh, that was.
We've really seen like the splatter shot players just kind of go crazy tonight. Honestly, like in every game, like splatter shot has kind of come back, both T-Tech and normal V shot, with the lottery Inkzuka and the Tri Strikes. I mean, we saw Majora who played the T-Tech back in one of our first games, who got tons and tons of kills. It just seems like it's the kind of the perfect weapon all around, which is what it's designed to be.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm totally not biased from winning one of those or manning
Oh
one of
yeah.
those. But yeah,
No,
totally.
you would never.
I would never be biased here. Me, a commentator, can't be biased.
Just
But you
like
know
me, I
what?
can't be biased towards Splatana Stamper players. What?
Exactly. But you know what? Splatzone's Barnacle and Dime here is going to be game number 2 here. Let's see what these team comps bring here.
Ballpoint. Ooh, how fun. Oh, there's a T-Tech. What do you know? What were we just talking about? We see a crack on Splat Roller. There's a T-Tech on both sides. They're a fun mirror matchup there. We're seeing V Heavy once again, Ballpoint once again, V Slosher once again. I'm curious about this crack on roller. It's dropping beacons to try and keep the position, and it's really going to be about, I think, shutting down those Splatlinks, because otherwise they're just kind of going to dominate their side of the map. We do see the Slosher trying to get that aggressive kill on the roller, but it manages to hold out. Oh, here come the Ink Strikes. Can the roller escape? Just barely, but that also gives, that's going to give Cooldown the chance to take the zone. As we do see the Kraken come out in a desperate attempt to survive as it goes for kills, but doesn't seem to be finding any.
Yeah, it's very difficult with this comp right here because you need to get that Splat Roller into position here. And Barnacle and Dime at the start is a very scrappy time. It's very difficult to try and like get some of their shocking weapons in here. But you know what? Cooldown doing an amazing job here, maintaining the zone here and responding to all this pressure. Tri-strikes come out from both sides here, but that H-Jet's going to get shut down here. Oh my gosh. Cooldown is just being able to be very dominant here, just being able to hold the zone down. Barnacle and Dime here. Barnacle and Dime.
Inkburger needs to make a comeback here, or this is going to be a very quick game too, and that's going to be the end of the set. As they tick down to 20 points for Cooldown. Cooldown popping their specials to try and hold it on. The Kraken goes in once again as the Ink Strikes get a kill. The Cooldown gets another kill. Are they going to get the triple kill? Not quite. They do lose control, and the pity points. Oh my god, the penalty points, excuse me.
Pity, well, you know what? It might as well be pity points because, man, you're going to be needing some pity to be taken on you from this lockout over here because Barnacle Dive's lockout is notoriously difficult to break out of, but we'll see how Cooldown's able to respond to this pressure that Black Squid Burger is going to be able to just bring out.
They didn't have any penalty points to churn through yet, so we're actually seeing this. They're going to be making their way down to try and even it up, but the Ink Strikes once again are becoming a major issue as we do see that the T-Tech manages to take out the Slosher to keep the pressure away from it. The Tactical are coming out to try and keep them alive and keep them aggressive, but Black Squid is losing control. They managed to hold onto it for a little longer, but there's a very aggressive push coming in as the T-Tech falls off the map. That's heartbreaking. Oh no. Oh, and then Cooldown regains the zone, dropping penalty points on Black Squid, and we see as Cooldown is trying to now return to the neutral.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be trying to use their Tactical Severe, but oh my gosh, that bomb throw was very nasty here. And right now, this roller is looking to be pretty nicely set up right now, being able to just clap anything that tries to come close to zone right now. But right here, right now, Black Squid Burger is just in control and not letting Cooldown get any mileage getting back into that zone right now.
Black Squid really needs to hold on and go for it really here, because otherwise this will be the end of their, I think this will be the end of their tournament run. So they're trying very desperately to keep taking that zone back from them, as we do see that they are actually pretty low on the penalty points, so if they can stop Cooldown from taking the zone one more time, they're going to be able to start churning through those points, which is exactly what they do. The Kraken trying to get very aggressive, but doesn't quite see anything. But the Tri-Strikes coming from Cooldown take the zone, giving more penalty points to Inkburger as they're trying to keep pushing Cooldown away so they can churn through those points.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, the clock is ticking down to just barely over a minute now. And so many of these specials right now are just being tossed to just try and paint zone over here and prevent, Black Squid Burger to just be able to take any points and be able to just flip the lead. But no, they managed to break through. Oh my gosh.
So many of these, like, I mean, these comps have been, like there's so many Tri-Strikes to be thrown, which are just so influential. But we see the Inkjet coming out. We see that Cooldown is just kind of taking heavy losses right now. You see the T-Tech go down to a terrible, unfortunate bomb. That's rough to see. But we do see the Splat Roller trying to keep fighting and defend the zone as they close in. The Tri-Strikes are once again coming in, making them lose control. More points. There's a lead by 1 point. That is wild. Okay, they're gonna need to Black Squid's gonna really need to hold on to it for basically the rest of the game if they're gonna hold on to those penalty points. But they're taking so many losses right now, as Cooldown just seems to have regained their momentum. And if they can hold on to the zone for the next like 10 seconds, that's gonna be the rest of the game. But the Kraken gets one kill. Oh, and it tries to go in, but it doesn't quite go up to the top. We do see Black Squids holding on to this zone, but are they going to be able to hold on to it for overtime, where they can't even lose it once?
Yeah, overtime right here is critical right now. One mistake from any of these teams, and it is game over. These Tri-Strikes are
ticking down, 10 seconds. Oh, a cooldown. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was so close.
Yep.
But it was those specials.
Man, I was sitting in the back of my chair that entire time, laser focusing on when that zone was going to be capped here. But those Tri-Strikes certainly made a huge difference there, just neutralizing the zone there. Really well timed, being able to toss it in an arc in which they all fall down beautifully there. So gotta give it down to Cooldown, being able to perfect that technique there. But yeah,
really
that was
like a lot of chat's kind of let down right now. Sorry for you guys in chat, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to say that Cooldown takes down Black Squid Inkburger Swift 2-0.
Oh yeah, definitely a Swift 2-0, and not even like, how do I say it?
Not hard, not easy.
Not an easy E2O, by the way. I'd say both these teams put in such great efforts, I think, from both sides, right? They each had their own really good plays here. They both had their own game plans they tried to execute here. It's just Cooldown was able to execute them just a little bit more efficiently and effectively. But hey, that's just what I've seen here from just the first round in the gold bracket. But you know what? There's still more to come here on From the Ink Up, so we'll be right back, folks, with more Splatoon 3.
I think that's gonna be it for us, right? Yeah, I think we're going to be swapping out. So just I would say thank you for having us, and best of luck to all the teams
Best of luck to all the teams.
Keep going.
Yep. Stick around, folks. There's plenty to watch.
Hello and welcome back to From the Ink Up Week 39. We are picking up right where Mark Shadow and Neptune left off, bringing you some gold bracket round 2 action. My name is Sofa King, captain of the Whip Rays, and I'm back again on the mic with FTIU, and I'm here with my co-host, Forgo. Why don't you tell us about yourself, Forgo?
So hi. See, I suck at Splatoon, but I at least can do commentary good. So, like, got that going for me.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Well, hey, thank you, Forgo. Let's talk about this upcoming match. You know, only 8 teams are left in this single elimination gold bracket. This round, just like the last one, is a best of 3. We're going to see Last Squid Standing versus Wipeout. Do you know anything about either of these teams, Forgo?
See, I do not. Truly, look, I wanted to follow the tournament, but I just couldn't, so,
Well, it's been going well so far. Last Squid Standing seems to be a pretty new team to From the Ink Up, so we've got a couple of unknowns here as far as some of the players go. Wipeout, though, they've been a standby for From the Ink Up for quite a few weeks now. Last week they did have to drop out, so we didn't see them in our previous tournament, but they're a pretty consistent gold bracket team, and both these teams went 3-0 in groups. Do you have any favorites going into this first set here?
well, I definitely do like the name Whiskey. I think that's quite a powerful name. So I definitely think I might be rooting for Wipeout just because of that.
Fair enough. I don't blame you. Hopefully that whiskey is going down smooth. Let's take a look at the groups that these two teams might have played here. So it looks like Wipeout did play against 2 teams that we saw earlier on stream, beating both the Blue Ring Reapers and Squidfany. Nice 3-0 performance for them. Meanwhile, Last Squid Standing, as I try and find them here on my screen, they were able to take down Hijinks, Kieres, Cafe Splat. So both these teams have had a pretty easy time through groups, pretty easy time through round 1, but now is when we get serious. So looking at the first map mode of this round, right, we're taking a look at Scorch Gorge Rainmaker. So we saw this one back in Game 2 of Groups Round 2, the Ink-Packed Rockets. What do you think is the key to victory on this very, very fast-paced map mode?
God, Scorch Gorge.
Well, what do you think? Come on, we know the name. What else do you think about it? What are your thoughts? What does a team have to do here to succeed?
Well, I would say just get a wipeout, truly. Because, flank routes are non-existent. But Rainmaker is quite interesting to watch. An interesting, very aggressive comp from Last Squid Standing. And quite an aggressive comp from Wipeout as well. Interesting.
Yeah, you're going to see that carbon roller coming out for
very
Last
quick
Squid
entry.
Standing.
Wow.
Most definitely,
Yeah,
as
they're
both
peeking
teams
down
are
already.
rolling out here, fighting over Pop. The Pop is going to go to, it looks like
Dang it.
Wipeout, as the Carbon's going to be sharking underneath.
Yep. Oh, Carbon goes down to the Dualies. The Dualies do get in the dugout, though. But they will probably be able to make it out. Yep, they're fighting. Orange team does have the Rainmaker. Sorry, Wipeout has the Rainmaker. And they do seem to be fighting. They have 10 missiles, or not 10, 6 missiles on them. It doesn't look too great for them right now. They're probably about to get, killed by the Carbon Deco. But on the other side, Wipeout almost did get wiped out, which is quite funny.
A nice trade in there by the Carbon. Wipeout is able to break the checkpoint. And they're going to try and be snowballing this Rainmaker right down into the court here. You see the strikes coming out, 2 going down for Last Squid Standing, as Wipeout is rolling all the way up.
They get it, and they pop their own crap. Then the Wiper may kill them, so they have to play defensively, and they fail to roll it. This is just not looking good for Last Squid Standing right now. I mean, there's so much pressure in their base. Wiper Dicko does have missiles, but is he going to use them yet? He is. They're probably waiting for a reset, and the reset goes off.
So early on in the game, they got a little bit of a snowball, but I think Wipeout's going to be looking for more than 45. One good push after the checkpoint clear. They are going to be able to clear that lead potentially pretty easily. It's anybody's game here, as only one is left for Last Squid Standing.
Wipeout gets wiped out.
And they're pushing it forward into the 30s, trying to be patient here and get those big points they're looking for, the 20s, the 10s, all the way to 12 before they go 3 down. And that could be a game-winning push. What do you think?
I definitely think they can just play a fairly defensive game and honestly be fine here. I mean, you don't even have to worry about flank routes. Also, I just realized I miscommunicated the name of the team like twice, but we just ignore that. Keep going.
Not a problem. It certainly happens as you see the Zuka coming out, the Carbon trying to fight for their life. But at this point, if you're Last Squid Standing...
The ballpoint is so difficult to fight. I haven't even seen an Inkjet this game, but I'm sure there's been Inkjets that have been making this very difficult to fight through. More missiles from the Wiper Deco, it seems. Inkjet pops off. It looks like he's going for... I can't tell who that is, but they got them, it seems like.
Things are still relatively...
just straight up, like, winning here. I mean, I don't know what you even could do here. I mean, you got so many short-range weapons, that ballpoint's just going to control so much space.
It's a great triple by the Slosher there to continue
and
to
absolutely
control.
Just annihilating them. The Wiper Deco's trying to skirmish as much as he can, but it's just not working out. His team can't support him. He doesn't have a nice, support weapon like ballpoint to really just nail in those pushes. On the contrary, though, Last Squid Standing does have the Rainmaker, and it seems like maybe they'll make a push past 100. It does look pretty solid, though. They have quite a lot of land, or turf, I mean. And they're making their first few pushes. They already got knocked out at 95, but they did manage to get a little bit of pushing at center. Not much, though. With the unfortunate, the Dualies trying to skirmish died. Oh, wow.
They're not able to keep a numbers advantage, and 3 will go down for Last Squid Standing. Wipeout's going to pick it up once again. Now, they might want to be patient here, because it'll be a little bit tough to get it past 12. Oh, when we see a DC for the side of Wipeout.
Awesome.
Too late to be replayable. $20 a year, folks. $20 a year. So this is actually a golden opportunity for Last Squid Standing. They have a permanent numbers advantage for the final minute. Do you think they can pull off the comeback? No, from the Ink Up replay rules, it's a little too late for that. So Just Squid Standing will have a chance to try and take the lead back here. Man, for competitive integrity, you really hope that Wipeout can hold their ground here.
That is just like, wow. Yup, guys, woo! Fucking, oh my god, this Neko, dude, I'm sorry. Like,
there's a nice pick by the Dualies there. Now, you don't want to get too aggressive out in the open because you are going to always be down. The ballpoint is the last one left on Greats.
Wipeout does only have to defend for 12, which means when this checkpoint may get broken, they don't have to defend for a while. I definitely think if this DC happened a lot earlier in the game, it would be a lot different. But I do think that if they just play solid defense, I mean, you only have to kill the Rainmaker once, so it's like they've got
Very
the
true.
chance, right? You just
So
got
we're about to head into overtime here. A crucial pick
ball.
there. Not dying to the pop there, trying to make sure that that Rainmaker
No,
doesn't even get
double kill
grabbed.
winning
And
the
that is the game for
with
Wipeout,
the
as they're able to
DC.
hold on in spite of the DC.
I mean,
Wow.
there's only a minute left. With the amount of pressure they had, they really just had to play a quite passive game. And I mean, with no flank routes existing, it's not too difficult to do that.
Sure, and there's always ways to kind of, duck and dive and maneuver around your opponents, but props to Wipeout for, that DC came with about maybe a minute 45 or so left. That's still a long time to be permanently without a player, so hopefully they're able to get that player back in the room.
They change up their comp? Is that the thing that you can do, or is like your comp automatically registered?
No, I'm pretty sure they can change weapons if they want.
Maybe
that should be expected as we head into Game 2, Brine Water Clam Blitz. So we saw this one previously in this tournament as well when Feel Good Inc. took a nice victory. What do you?
Quite powerful on that though.
Yeah, hey, I was just gonna say you're gonna need some strong backline weapons. What else do you think is a good pick that these folks can swap to for Game 2?
Well, I do play a lot of Tri-Stringer myself, and Tri-Stringer does do quite well on that map, only being countered by E-Leader and sometimes Zekofin Charger. So I do think Tri-Stringer is quite a good weapon for the map too if they know how to play it well. I do think Custom Jet Squelcher could be a niche way to also potentially deny some space on this map, which in Clan Blitz could be quite a useful tool.
I think the gas especially is a great way to try to slow down folks coming into your basket and vice versa. So we could see either of those. Thinking back to that first game, we saw some ballpoint use. I don't know that ballpoint sees a whole lot of use on this map, but we could see it coming back. I don't know. What does a team have to do to break into the basket here?
I mean, I could see heavy deco truly. I mean, Kraken could be a really nice distraction. That's definitely something powerful that could be presented here, but we'll be seeing the teams shortly, so I mean, who knows what we can see Blobber even. I mean, Flob's pretty okay for this, to be fair.
This will be match point for Wipeout.
Machine S-Blast.
Wow.
And we're gonna see, interestingly, they've decided to add dualies and an NZAP, which is gonna mean there's gonna be Soda for a likely large amount of this game because NZAP needs to be nerfed because it has way too much special privilege, because it's a shooter. Machines on either side, it seems like Wipeout's machine is doing quite a lot more on the front lines here, but it does seem like Last Good Standing is actually trying to fight just with less coverage. The S-Flash trades with, I believe that was the NZAP, which is quite nice because Soda will not be coming up again, except Soda already did drop.
The numbers start to go down for Last Good Standing here. It looks like it's already
snowballing again in favor of Wipeout.
They have a slight early ink advantage.
Has Inkjet, and Inkjet's going off. Inkjet's just going to kind of slaughter, and I mean, they got the middle control. They got a Super Clam, maybe two that are going to go in here, which can just be devastating for them, potentially. I mean, it's going to take a lot to hold it off. One of the Super Clams goes in, putting it at 80, and the dualies have another Super Clam. Oh, Wipeout off of Wipeout, and that puts him at 57, and more clams may be thrown in, 54. They're trying to just fight their way out of the base. You can see the crab tank. There's a Booyah Bomb just denying it. God, the lag on my display is horrible.
The NZAP is going to be coming in with a couple more clams, but this is already a massive push all the way down to 21. They're able to force them
down. I mean, they've really delayed them, but the NZAP's got 6. The NZAP is down. They're going to be spawn camping somebody here, but I mean, even though they probably have a little bit better mid control right now, I mean, how good is that really? Because, like, you have to realize they're down 80 points total, or 79. And, I mean, it's just not going too well. The Booyah Bomb does help, but it's not enough to get the splash out of that position.
Solid defense by Wipeout here. They're going to be able to use the cooler to try and break back out into mid. The S-Blast kind of getting pinched on the side there. Now, for Wipeout, that's okay, because you're fine with trades, but 1-2 down, it looks like Last Good Standing might be able to get a push going here.
S-Blast might be able to get a few kills up there, potentially, with its actually good AoE, because, you know, Blaster should have been made good from the start. But Sprinkler's just not gonna help it poke. That's its problem. And
Wow.
Slider while dying, that is just an unfortunate thing to happen. The Wiper Deco does come in with the Super Clam, but he's the only one alive. He needs to play defensive. He throws it in mid. He's just trying to play a fairly defensive game. Dies, but throws the Clam back. Soda is up, and this just looks like another unpreventable push. I mean, they only got to get like 60 points, and they already have a Super Clam off the NZAP. And it goes in. This is only having them have to get 40 points to get through. They've broken the barrier for the most part, and the NZAP's got 3 clams to potentially throw. 5 at now, actually.
Yeah, it looks like the NZAP is scooping up the clams once again. It looks like this team is doing a good job.
The NZAP pushes it to 7, and it's down to 1. 1 clam needs to go in, but the time might run out because there might not be a clam on the map close enough. The ballpoint does have a clam, though. They're going to be fighting for dear life on that. The NZAP dies. They're and they have 1 clam left, and this is just... It's not looking good for Last Squid Standing. I don't think they're going to be able to gain back just enough here, honestly. The Reslider goes off. It doesn't do too much, unfortunately, because it was just in a bad position. S-Blast really just struggles so much to kind of paint for itself, which...
Oh, yeah, I think at that point it's up to the remaining members of the team to try and paint for it as you see the machine go down there. And, you know, despite that, Wipeout's been doing pretty well this game. They're able to pick the Wiper. A nice defensive stop on Last Squid Standing here. And like you said, that's a monumental push, trying to push for all 100 points at once. Do you think they can do it?
They might be able to. I mean, at the rate this game has been going, if they can just get one more big soda push with an Inkjet, I totally think if that NZAP can just skirmish and grab a couple clams, not skirmish, swipe a few clams. I mean, like, they easily could do it in the next 46 seconds, but they're going to just try and play defensively, look for any possible opening, but they have to start playing pretty aggressively for a one-hope chance at getting through. And they do kill 2 of the members. They have the people advantage, but is it enough? I mean, they're fighting through, they're getting in, and they kill the crab, but unfortunately trade with it. The missiles go off, don't do much, and it's just the Wiper, and I honestly have to be real. I don't think there's a chance in hell they win this.
Especially, they did go 3 down on that most recent push attempt. Jumping into the beacon, oh, that S-Blast is trying to skirmish in mid, but I don't know if that was a super wise jump with the rest of your teammates going down.
The NZAP might just throw in a clam for the disrespect soon, but he's too far away. And unfortunately, I mean, overtime, but I mean, how much is really going to happen in overtime? I mean, when you're down by this much in clams, it's really just almost impossible to get up again.
Like, Wipeout
They're fighting as much as they can, but that overtime timer ticks down. They're trying to fight as much as possible, and it just ends. An incredible performance from Wipeout. Truly, Last Squid Standing didn't play bad. They just couldn't do anything. They were very counterpicked in the position.
Wipeout will be heading to our semi-final round. Congratulations, and congratulations to Last Squid Standing, too, for coming into their, what I assume is their first Friendly Ink Up, making it all the way to top 8 of Gold Bracket.
Yeah, that is quite impressive.
A nice showing, and we hope that they'll come back for the next one for sure.
If they decided to play some more supportive and backline weapons, I do think they actually could have, done more, I suppose, been able to fight more. I mean, they have all aggressive weapons, and it's just like, they don't synergize well with each other. The S-Blast really isn't getting pain in the... It always felt like there was a conflict of what they were trying to do. The Splash never seemed to really be near the team, I guess.
Agreed. So with our stream set done, let's take a look at our other matches here as they're ongoing. Indigo and Squid Est are deadlocked at 1, heading to their 3rd game. We've got Ra taking the win over Ink and Destroy. We'll be heading to their next set as they'll be taking on Joe Starfish. Notched a 2-0 win over Cooldown. We'll see you in just a few minutes, folks. And here we are with semifinals, folks. We've got two, heavy hitting from the Ink Up teams. We've got JoJo, Jocephalopod, Joe Starfish, a fan favorite, and another fan favorite, Ron. They've added a little addendum to their name. Don't call us Scream. Do they expect us to yell every time we're talking about how good they are? What do you think, Forgo?
Well, see, I guess that might be some of the energy. Now, I do think, I've really not seen these teams, but they do seem like they'd be quite good teams. Absolutely.
Hey, take it from me, someone who has seen both of these teams. They're awesome. So JoJo did have a little bit of an off from the Ink Up last time in number 38. Now, I don't know if maybe, roster was different, maybe they had an off day, but they did fall all the way to bronze bracket and then ended up dropping. Or possibly they dropped earlier in bracket, not too sure. So this is kind of a nice little revenge tour for them. Ra, on the other hand, 2 weeks ago, placed second overall in the whole tournament, and were looking like, man, they were looking like world beaters until they got to the final round against Just Squidding. So, I love both of these teams, but Ra came so close. I'm rooting for them to finish it off this time.
All right. I do think I'm just going to pronounce it Raw because I just really don't want to scream it every time. But I do think these are some interesting teams. Definitely some interesting team names, too. Just Squidding, that's a funny name. Yeah, this will be definitely interesting. No, absolutely. I'm very excited to see what weapon compositions they decide to bring. Will they bring some more aggressive heavy hitters, front lines, back lines? Could they bring Undercover Umbrella and win?
Maybe. Well, if I recall, Ra at least was a pretty aggressive frontline team as we head into game one here. Tower control on Manta Maria. We are seeing now shot heavy on the side of Ra. JoJo's bringing out the Charger, the machine.
I do think these are some very interesting comps, especially on Manta Maria where there's the pillar. The Charger cannot be too dominant, and if you play around the pole correctly, especially as a 52 gal or an NZAP, I mean, you could truly be like a threat. The 52 does not look like they're doing too much. And now it is tower control, which is definitely making Manta Maria kind of a less valuable map for some of the weapons here, and definitely better for the Charger, which is why I would definitely want to say that, what team is purple against? Sorry, I forgot.
JoJo, as they're popping this vac, riding it all the way to this second checkpoint. Despite things being pretty neutral numbers-wise, they're able to get it all the way to 62. A nice pick by Zigzam there.
And then getting wiped out. Unfortunate.
Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Still anybody's game, though.
Like the yellow team is doing quite well. Ra is actually got quite a good push. They might actually take it. They look very dominant here. I think if the 52 and Hero Shot push up a bit, they may be able to get through. If they can actually kill, yeah, perfect. They're looking great. They have a 52 just stuck in their base. They're jumping back, which is quite interesting.
Jumping back to the tower just to get a slightly better position. And that was Luke we just saw.
On tower, absolutely chilling. The people on the left side can barely even do anything, and the heavy doesn't even need to paint their feet. They got a wave breaker off, and I mean, they're looking fine. Now, they do get countered by the Charger, I believe it was, or the machine. But, I mean, that was a great push for JoJo, or not JoJo, Ra. They got it to 20, and now, 62 is quite bad for them, but, I mean, they're already back in a little into the center. I mean, they're trying to force, purple is Ra, right?
Nope, purple is JoJo, and we're going to see them make an attempt to push here as we're still in neutral. Cobra's kind of sharking forward and is able to get the chip on that one. A nice stagger there, and trying to get another one into plat here. They do get it.
Killing the 52?
As we're riding the tower, a nice little skirmish on the side here, and Cobras has a teammate on the side. One of them will jump. One from JoJo goes down. This is just a bloodbath back and forth here.
There was just too much pressure there, and I mean, looking at it now, Raw has such a good lead. I mean, they have a 40-point lead, and they have a lot of middle control. Their whole team's alive, and they got the heavy on the tower again. It's going to take a lot of counterplay to stop them from just really pushing this tower back to 26. Maybe further, and maybe even getting a wipeout. Wavebreaker is up. The machine's going to have to change his positional play very quickly as the tower's continuing to move. The Heavy is playing quite well, getting paint. The 52 gets a flank in, or not the 52, the Hero Shot, getting a Trizooka off, killing 2 people, and they push it to 15, and they still have it. They do lose the tower, which is unfortunate. The Splatter Scope is just trying to pick as many shots as they can, doing anything to support their team. The tower has been lost, but... Scott, can you take over real quick?
That was a nice stop by JoJo over there, but they are going to have to make something happen with 1:30 left, and with Ra having the advantage here, you don't want to be trading, which is kind of what happens as Safra is the last one up. It's been a pretty dominant opening for Ra thus far, and the VAC is ready to go as Safra is just scrambling back to defend once again. Now you're going to see the Wavebreaker come out, Ra using some specials. You see the frantic this way pinging as they get this other push underway. And my goodness, it looks like Zigzam and Color there just are not really quite sure where to go to best defend this tower, as they're going to once again try to break through this checkpoint. The strikes are coming out. Oh, I don't think they can quite break it. No! A wipeout on the side of Ra! All celebrating on top of the tower, and game 1 will go to Ra. Man, Zluke, especially on that shot, he looked like, they looked like they are just ready for that revenge tour. They were the MVP of From the Ink Cup last time. Man, what a good start for them. What did you like out of Ra from that game 1?
Well, honestly, they kind of played like JP players, I have to be honest. Like, JoJo got such a quick early lead, and they thought they were fine, and then they just kind of pulled out of the stonks, got through, got some huge leads, and then just played past them. I mean, that was a very, like, JP-type thing to do, which is something you wouldn't really see much more often here in God-Awful America. It definitely was something. I do think JoJo did quite play to the best of their abilities. I don't think the Splatter Scope was a great idea, though. I think a regular charger would have been better, because I don't feel like the Scope got as much vision as they could have out of that.
I'm curious to see what both of these teams will potentially change for game 2, because we've got a much faster map mode combo with Rainmaker Undertow. Do you think we see any backlines coming back for this one?
I could see, I don't know. I could definitely see a few backlines. I think some Splatlings, definitely. Heavy Deco is a pretty solid potential. Tri-Stringer is a pretty good potential. I definitely think NZAP may show up because Soda is quite a powerful tool. And now that they sort of know each other's playstyles, I do think the Splatter Scope is probably bound to change to something else. To what I don't know.
I think VAC definitely still has a place on Rainmaker, especially now that it's been buffed a little bit. But I don't know if, a charger is the weapon you want to be using to bring it into your Rainmaker game. I agree, though, that Juiced is going to be crucial with the NZAP. I don't know. I'm excited for this one. This map mode is one of my personal favorites. I'll try not to be too biased, but man, I just love me some Rainmaker Undertow.
It is quite an enjoy. It's probably the best way to play Undertow besides potentially Tower, maybe Clams. I don't know. I've always thought of Undertow as a little bit. The hate's a little undeserved for it. I think it's a pretty good map actually. Compared to the actual game, I definitely think if there was a few more flank routes, it could have been definitely better. But I do think it's got an interesting concept in the 2 dugouts. So, this really could be an interesting game. I definitely expect to see some stealthy plays, some sneaky strikes. Definitely a lot of skirmishing. A lot less passive play is my hope. But we'll see the comps now. So,
yeah, as we've seen from Ra in the past, they're anything but passive as they're rolling out with Zluke on that shot again, Sock on the 52, which is the comp they've been using for a little while now. You see a Kraken coming out as the
interesting
as the backline sub up on the other side. Wow. Do you think that'll make JoJo quick enough to take this win?
96 is quite a powerful weapon, especially for breaking the shield. Those shots are some of the most powerful in the game, and with the fire rate it's got, it's shooting off a fair amount every now and then. It does seem like JoJo's got a pretty good early lead against Ra. They actually might break checkpoint here, and they do. Interesting. Purple is JoJo, right?
Yes, and you see Kobrisk sweeping in there with some key picks as they opt to go
Crab
for this
is
fast
awesome,
side.
too.
Zigzam pushing it all the way up the ramp to 39, and the splash is the last one. So you have to think, man, if you're Ra, you're like, wow, they're meeting us at our speed. What do we do to stop them?
And I don't. God, I sound like an ESPN commentator. Sorry. I don't know. I definitely think they have to reinforce, but I feel like the 96 they just weren't ready for it. It's got so much opportunity to be just such a devastating weapon. That wall can make it almost unkillable. I mean, especially on really poor maps, even with the dugouts, it's just like 96 truly can fight quite well, especially with that Kraken. It can pull out if like it's in a bad short range situation.
A nice double by
Rainmaker
Gizmo
is-
here. A triple is, whoa, let's see. Yep, they are able to complete it. Well done by Gizmo, and now Ra is going to be able to set up a nice, tasty
Most likely
pusher. Will they go
just
for
be
this?
able to take this maker, but I do think that JoJo is going to try and do everything they can to trade, which is not ideal. The Rainmaker will reset, quite interestingly, which definitely could do something. Now, I do think in this position, Raw actually does have a lot more paint, but you want to make sure that JoJo isn't going to just walk in. That 96 seems so threatening. I mean, it looks like they're trying to paint out a route that they can take, and potentially get a Zuka, which can kill one, maybe even if they flank a few more people. And I mean, Raw looks really solid here.
That was a crazy, I think that was a suction bomb pick by Zluke. The second one is, now they are 2 down. Wow, what a Rainmaker pick. The bomb will take them out, but, you know, all the momentum is on Ra's side.
And it really just is up to JoJo to be able to kill these last couple steps. It's 41, and JoJo, if they can just play aggressively and defensively enough, the Ink Strike, they just have to make sure no points get changed. And the Hero Shot takes it. The Hero Shot takes it, and he's got a clean walkway, taking it to 7 points and putting JoJo in a horrible position right now.
They just lost track of him. They just lost track as Luke, and they were able to, you know, slide right up into the glass and get not only a lead, but potentially an insurmountable lead. Do you think that JoJo can come back and get a near knockout here?
With 2 minutes and 6 seconds left, I do think it is possible. As they've broken the thing, and they've shown that their 96 and other team weapons can be quite threatening. If they can force a wipeout and get really good positioning and kind of force wipeout back and make sure that ballpoint dies, which, you know, has Inkjet right now. But if they can just force out something, the ballpoint dead with Inkjet means it's got no special charge, which is really good. I definitely think it's possible for them to bring it back.
You do see kind of neutral kills on either side, which is definitely going to favor Ra.
Everything. And
Nice, Luke winning a
white.
1v1. Well done by Zluke, as they're going to be taking space
that
forward.
Gives them control, and the Rainmaker is back in Raw's favor, and honestly, they might just be able to hold it for a while and then hope to reset. Now, they do get killed by somebody from the from JoJo, but I don't know at this point if JoJo's got what it takes to bring it back. I mean, Gizmo's about to give its soda out. JoJo does have the Rainmaker, though, which is potentially useful. If they can just get some good kills in and get that splashback in and refortify, I do think they have potential. It looks like the Slosher's trying to take some skirmishes and quick fights. The Zuka does not kill, but gets incredibly close, and they lose the Rainmaker. 45 seconds left. My quality just went up.
Yeah, I think that's Gizmo coming in there with the double to pick the rain, and it's still kind of neutral here. Only the 96 is left for JoJo as we tick down into the final seconds here. Ra is taking control, and it looks like they're getting pretty close to a 2-0 series lead as the 52 is picking and poking. One does go down, giving an opening to JoJo. Sokka has to kind of scramble back here away from the action.
Look at that. They're just holding that Rainmaker in the corner, not going to pop it, not going to do anything. I mean, it's really up to JoJo to just, like, force this push. I mean, if they don't do it now, they're never going to get it. Somebody's got to grab that Rainmaker, and it looks like it's going to be the Slosher, which is not exactly the thing you want ideally. You do kill the Inkjet, though, but it just does not look like there's enough time.
Congratulations to Ra winning the game number 2 in, you know, a nice comeback fashion. You saw that crazy sneaky lead taken by Zluke there. And they're one game away from going to a back-to-back from the Ink Up Grand Finals appearance. So let's take a look at Game 3, right? Ink Block Clams is potentially the final game of this set if Ra can pull it off. Now, if you're JoJo, your back's against the wall. Ink Block Clams is where your tournament run lives or dies. What do they need to do to kind of start to turn things around here?
They need to be more aware, I think. I mean, dude, Raw is just straight up playing like a JP team. I mean, letting them think they got that good lead at the start and like just deceiving them. I mean, they're walling them into like a safe environment and then just like striking and just getting through. I mean, I definitely think if the hero shot didn't get through, if Sleuth can get through there, this game could have gone so much differently. But Sleuth kind of knew his purpose there, and he pushed it. I mean, he probably could have gotten checkpoint if he tried to swim instead of running at the end there. But I do think the comp is going to have to change. The 96 was quite a surprise, but they adapted to it quite quickly. Also, is this best of 5 now?
This is best of 5 now, so this is match point for Ra. Meanwhile, JoJo needs a reverse sweep to try and keep their tourney hopes alive.
Ra can definitely feel more confident. I mean, they do have the lead way to lose a game and get a little bit more familiar with the opponent tendencies, which is something they could do, or they could just sweep through and get a 3-0. And I mean, that's something they absolutely could do. I definitely think Slook is incredible on that hero shot, and they really got to be aware for him, and everyone else on that team, really. The ballpoint is so hard to play around. I mean, Inkjet's almost invincible if it knows what it's doing, and it seems like their Inkjet knows what it's doing.
Very true. As we're heading now into Game 3, we'll see if we see any comp changes for Ink Block Clams. It's not Ink Block Tower, so it's slightly different than the final destination of Splatoon, but you see that Carbon coming back out, the Heavy, and then for JoJo, wow, the Kraken will return, which does make sense. I'm not surprised by that 96 coming back.
Try move though, trying to soda counter, I assume, and Fizzy is just a very nice poking tool. That's probably what they're trying to go for here. Sokka off to an incredibly early start trying to kill JoJo, but getting destroyed, putting them at a numbers advantage. Now, there is a Heavy Splatling Vanilla, which is quite interesting for Raw.
Big early numbers advantage for JoJo.
15 clams total. And the Splash gets it in, putting it at 80 right now, and there's an Ink Strike going off, and I believe more clams are bound to hit in soon. You're seeing 77, I think that's it. 3 clams are currently grabbed. They're all going to get tossed in. And that puts it at, I can't actually see that number.
I think we're down into the 40s at this point as Ra is able to shove them out. You see the Heavy Splatling trying to take some space here. The Wave Breaker going out to try and, identify some opponents here as we're back in a neutral. But let's talk about that fast start for JoJo, right? That's
Absolutely.
Completely different from what we've seen so far. And can they keep it up?
That is the thing. However, on clams especially, it becomes a lot more difficult to play like JP, and it does seem like JoJo actually is getting quite a decent middle dominance here, and actually holding their Kraken is quite powerful, but I do think it's going to die here to the Heavy soon, and a wipeout off, but the barrier is broken, which could be something good. Now, they killed the Super Clam in their base, and that might be very difficult to deal with. If Gizmo can get in, though, he is absolutely fine. 80, and it looks like they're going to take the side path here, interestingly. The Slosher gets them, though, and I'll leave this to you to commentate the rest of this fight.
You're seeing a couple of barrier breaks on both sides here that are kind of just effectively giving power clams to the opponents, right? Like they're just throwing the clam in. It's happened once on each side. But Zluka is sharking underneath here. 2 will go down for JoJo, and they want this next push to be a little bit more sustained. What do you think Ra has to do here to kind of keep that sustainability, get some more points than just 80?
They kind of just have to keep doing what they've been doing, getting good wipeouts. Zuluk has to keep doing that incredible poking, but the thing about this map is, I mean, they just got leads, so they might actually be fine doing that JP thing. They get it to 37, 34. There's another Super Clam, but it dies before it can, but it gets in either way, putting them at 14, 11 even, and there's still pressure. The 52 is getting kills, and honestly, I think Raw's done exactly what they need to. I mean, they have so much pressure. It's at 2. We saw this last time, but it was at 1 that time instead. I mean...
Yes, Luke is the last left alive there. And
they get it in!
We didn't even see it on the camera. I don't know where they might have come from. Oh, it looks like they came all the way around in bats with that one final clam, and Ra is going to head to grand finals of From the Cup with one of the craziest. I mean, we didn't even see what happened there, but wow, kind of you see this insane, sneaky, objective-focused play from Ra. I mean, it's a one-track mind for them. They don't care if they go down. They don't care if they trade. All they care about is making sure that they have the lead in any given moment. And that selfless kind of play, I think, is some From the Ink Up winning level gameplay. I'd like to see him complete it in the next round.
Honestly, it's just really interesting. They've been doing the same thing. I mean, JoJo has gotten this incredible lead from the start. I mean, each game has looked more and more completely unstoppable than the last. And then, like, it's this lulling into a false sense of confidence. I feel like they're trying to play worse at the start here and just kind of stop it. And then, like, they bring out this just immense pressure. And, I mean, how do you fight that? I mean, they start to just play incredibly. And, I mean, they're going to go the whole way around just to make sure they get a clam or two. And, I mean, this team is committed to forcing that objective and making sure that they can win.
Some pretty crazy dedication. And, you know, I don't know if Ra's necessarily playing poorly on purpose in the first minute or two. I think it's more so just a testament to their mental fortitude and their capability to, you know, always come back no matter the odds. But either way, we will be seeing them in grand finals. And on the other side of the bracket, folks, it's going to be either Indigo or Wipeout, with both teams deadlocked at 1. We'll be waiting a little bit to see that set finish up, but then we'll be bringing you grand finals in just a little bit. See you then.
final match, and the first up team is Raw, who did a incredible performance in the last match that we streamed. They did quite well with a Japanese-like playstyle of seeming to bait their opponents into pushing in more, and then when they thought they were safe, they made incredibly powerful pushes, and in a case, even got a knockout. And they're up against Indigo, which I do not know much about, but I do think that they would be quite good. So this could be a very interesting match. Now, this is the final match, so I'm assuming everyone's bringing their A game. We may see some interesting weapon choices for some confusing trying to get through with some ideas. There's a lot that could happen here, and I definitely think that there could be very close games. I mean, overtime is most likely, but I'll let Sofa take it from here.
Yeah, I think we're in for a great grand final set. We've got Ra back again after 2 weeks. They fell a little bit short in their tournament run against Just Squidding last time, but now they're up against Indigo. And Indigo kind of came out of the blue. I recognize the name Heaney, but otherwise I'm pretty sure that this team is newly formed. And, they entered the last From the Ink Up but ended up dropping and did not play that tournament out. But previously, I don't really have any results on record for these guys, but here they are in grand finals. They're an unknown. As far as, what they've already done today, Indigo's dropped a couple games. They've had a close set against Squid Est. They just beat Wipeout 3-1. Ra, on the other hand, has just been torching everybody. So we'll see what this grand final set looks like. I don't know. I'm pretty hyped. I'm rooting for Ra, but I'd be happy with the unknown winning. As we see Luke back on that shot. Bandit bringing out the S-Blast and the leader. Who do you think has the early edge just based on comps for Zone's Brinewater?
Now, I would always, in almost every case, say E-Leader is definitely better for Brinewater, but in Zones, there is opportunity. Now, they will probably never get to the E-Leader, which does mean that there will probably never be a wipeout. Now, I do like the Heavy. The Gal means they have a very nice paint comp. They're doing the same comp they did. Also, I really like the pun where you said Indigo came out of the blue.
It was intentional.
The S-Blast definitely seems like they might have control. Dying to the Trizuka is quite unfortunate. It does seem like Raw's off to a very early lead, which is pretty good for them. They break the Wave Breaker, but I do feel like the S-Blast that they have could be really good. Now, Raw's already looking for about 60, and I'll let you take it from here.
If you're looking for another pun, we're seeing some terrific Trizlukas out of Zluk, as, Indigo is able to kind of take back some space here. Wow, it is kind of fitting that they gave Indigo the blue color on this map here as Bandit is rushing in, just causing all kinds of havoc, able to get out with the Reef Slider. And it looks like Indigo might be taking the lead back here. What do you think they need to do to turn this into a lockout?
It definitely does seem like they might be using Raw's what seems like playstyle against them. I mean, Raw kind of was trying to bait, but they aren't seeming to do the bait. They're just trying to get the zone. And I mean, they're looking like they're playing like the JP now. I mean, this S-Blast is absolutely incredible. I mean, we've seen him on the highlight for a while. I mean, he's just been getting kills. I mean, that's 3 we just see now. He might get a wipeout. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, that's 4 on. He dies now, but it's too late. I mean, there's not going to be enough time to get paid, and that's a game.
Yeah, game 1 going to Indigo after a strong performance by Bandit, the S-Blast. It's interesting. Hey, whichever team is winning, that's the team that's playing with the JP style, I guess. But we see the S-Blast coming out, just getting a crucial triple there, taking the eyes away from Zone. I don't know. Bandit doesn't have that Indigo tag. Maybe they're a sub even. But if you're Ra, what do you need to do to kind of stop the bleeding here for a very, very quick game 1?
Not play zones. Short answer. Long answer. We did not see Raw perform on zones. That's the thing. We saw them perform on the other 3 modes. And I definitely think their performance was very immaculate on them. Now, I don't exactly know how great it's going to be for tower control if that's what's up next. Which let me check, actually.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Museum Clamblitz next, which is going to maybe suit Ra a little bit better. It's going to be a little bit faster. Indigo, though, despite being a new team, they did just recently win third place overall in LSL 31 a couple weeks ago. So, they might be a new team, but they've got some solid players. I don't know if Bandit was a part of that or not, but that this team has built that basic level of chemistry, and I don't know. I liked what I saw from game one out of that.
I don't know how I feel about 2 subs, though. I mean, it is quite interesting. I mean, I guess you have a lot of film. If you just, feel like, yeah, no, I don't think it works today for the comp, I mean, yeah, you would have interesting. I do think Bandit is quite incredible, honestly. I do think, though, on the off chance, Raw definitely has the chance. We're going to be seeing the weapon comps here in a second. It is on Clamblitz, which is definitely interesting. We're going to be seeing the same comp, interestingly, but...
Yeah, Bandit back on that S-Blast.
And I'll let you take it from here. Bandit's still on the S-Blast.
So we open up. I'm seeing a lot of Saka switching to the shot, and then Zluke actually going on the 52. So the comp will stay the same, but the players are rotating the weapons amongst themselves here a little bit, saying, "Oh, it's out of my locker. You borrow my 52." As Zluke will instantly get a pick here, trying to build up the whale. It's traded back, unfortunately, as we enter the opening neutral stages of this game. Ooh, almost got wallbanged there, but was able to survive as a nice, fast start for Rob. What do you like about this opening?
What? Sorry?
What do you like about this opening?
I definitely think Raw is just doing phenomenally. I mean, losing the Super Clam there isn't, or losing the life there isn't too great. But I mean, they're getting good clams coverage. I mean, they're gonna get wiped out here, but I mean, the time is there. It's probably just gonna be a defensive game here from Raw. I do think Indigo does have what it takes to bring this back, though. I mean, they've only pushed it to 62, and I mean, you can definitely get through there with 4 minutes left on the clock. I think they might actually have it. Soda is about to be popped out for Indigo. I do think if the ballpoint can just get some really nice inkjets, they'll be fine.
It's an interesting place to place that juice. I don't know if throwing it onto the enemy plat was the right idea, but you see the Zuka coming in, trying to get a pick, not finding anything. And like you said, 62 is an easy lead to break, as Indigo is going to be taking a lot of space on the enemy plat. Great Reef Slider pick by Bandit. Whoa, I don't know what happened there, but it looks like 3 went down for Ra, as, oh my goodness, the clams are going to be pouring in from Indigo.
But do they have enough clams and with enough people? Apparently they might. If the S-Blast gets in, they can definitely take a leading position. But again, 1 super clam from, which they're about to get into Raw. I mean, a lot could happen. I mean, it's still winning for Raw, but not by a lot. They do have a super clam now. Trizukas will be coming out, though, for Indigo. I do think Indigo definitely has a big chance here. They just have to play a nice defensive game. Unfortunate they died to the Zuka, and I mean, Bandit's just kind of here. Unfortunate death, but I do think that Indigo has what it takes here. I mean, they have a good clam, so does Raw. I want to know what your thoughts on this current position are.
Yeah, I think they know to focus Bandit a little more now. As you do see 2 go down for Ra, they're kind of game planning around that S-Blast a little better now, but kind of still deadlocked in neutral. And granted, this is anybody's game. Next team to get a power clam in is going to have a pretty nice advantage as they're able to get started here. But wow, nice Zuka trade. I don't know. I'm liking these picks on both sides, but Ra just seems maybe a little bit more passive than they have in the past.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it is quite confusing. I think they might know from that first game that they should probably try and play a bit more defensive. I mean, Ra does still have the lead here, absolutely. And it's quite a close game. I mean, nobody's got a clam except for Indigo, which means Indigo may be able to break through here something. And since Raw did win the last game, I mean, it could be 1-1, and this could definitely change the pacing of it. Because from what I've seen, it does seem like Raw's just kind of been getting these dominant cycles over and over. And I mean, this just does not feel like it's what they've been getting, and it just kind of feels like it might, I guess, be destroying their morale. You could say, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going as good as it should be for them, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but I mean, when you are dominating so much throughout the most of it, and then it kind of just is sort of a stalemate, it doesn't feel like amazing. psychologically.
I think that we're seeing still some back and forth picks here. The heavy is going to go down to Bandit as 2 will go down for Ra. Bandit's kind of crashing in mid here, trying to find a target. 3 will go down for Ra, and it looks like Indigo is going to be making another push here. Oh, I'll be honest, I thought that was their own base, not Ra's. It looks like both teams are just kind of scrambling for possession here as the S-Blast does go down. Neither team can get much momentum, which currently is heavily in favor of Rod. Do you think they can stick it out till the end?
With 38 seconds left, I mean, I don't think they can anymore. The slam misses though, but I think they're going to get it in freely. It is always a chance that it could still stay a drawn position, but it looks like it's actually still winning for Raw, even with that super clam. But I mean, 1 super clam from Indigo and it's over. But I don't think there's even enough clams on the maps. I mean, if they get lucky enough, they will get it. But I mean, you got to look at it. Indigo does have a ballpoint clam, which could be it. If Bandit just fights a bit more, gets in a bit more, and everyone plays their best, it's definitely winnable, for sure. And it looks like it's going to go in, winning the game for Indigo. Wow.
Insane overtime win for Indigo. You know, when I initially saw that 19-point penalty, I was going to say something along the lines of, you know, if they get a power clam in and then don't get another clam, that's just going to be another tie. And I didn't say that, but then it was kind of hilarious that it happened anyway. Indigo, though, still sweeping in. I'm not quite sure how they got that push together at the end. I think Bandit was putting up some really good chip damage onto the plat that let the shooters, you know, sweep in from the right side. But my goodness, that game was just quick, back and forth. It's these kind of minute decisions, folks, that really will make or break or crown or decrown our From the Ink Up champions. And it looks like Indigo is on the doorstep. Do you think they can wrap this up here in Game 3?
Oh, absolutely. I think they can. But I think Raw truly does actually have what it takes. They've kind of gotten a bit more familiar. They've gotten the ideas of the threats. It's going to probably be another ballpoint game. I totally think, though, that this could be it. This could be the final game. Raw has an absolute chance. I would really like to see a 2-2 and then a final game. I mean, it truly could be something. I think Raw has like a ton of stuff going for them. They totally can have this. Indigo, though, has an incredible lead. I mean, they have a lot of wiggle room. They can they can definitely fight a little more passively here if they're not trying to go for incredible wins. I mean, they don't have that threat of potentially losing everything like Raw does. But I do think if Raw can just stick to that playstyle idea that they've been going for, totally they can win this. I mean, it really still is anyone's game, even down 2-0.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll mention, right, is Raw was in this exact same boat 2 weeks ago. They were down early 2-0 to Just Squidding. Game 3, they came out hard and fast and had a dominant victory. In Game 4, they did the same thing, then Just Squidding came back at the very end. I'm personally of the opinion that if they hadn't done that, Ra would have reverse swept there. And I think that this is a team you can never count them out. You've got Zluk and Saka running your front lines. You've got just such a dangerous presence up front with this team that, you know, they can do anything. Any lead is not too insurmountable for them. But I think they've got quite a challenge ahead of them in Indigo. So we'll see. This is potentially our tournament point if Indigo takes this on Humpback Rainmaker. What do you think is the key to this one? What do these teams have to look out for a victory here?
Absolutely, they have to look out for the Blasters. Bandit has just some incredible strength on this map. I mean, there's a lot of points where Blasters are way stronger on this map. I definitely think, though, the upwards fight, I mean, it's going to be challenging to go through. But, like, we're going to be seeing some very intense gameplay here. Indigo's really going to want to push this out and win. Raw is really just going to be going for it, making sure they don't lose. But unfortunately for Raw, they're already down a little bit. And it looks like, not so great. Indigo does already have the Rainmaker, but I kind of am rooting for Raw to see if they can't just break through here. I mean, if they are doing what they've been doing with this playstyle idea, I mean, they could totally come back here. I mean, it isn't looking amazing for either side. Well, I guess it's looking better for Indigo, but I do think if we sort of take what the history is with Raw, they absolutely may just take this right here.
You see some crazy opening picks by Bandit and Fever. Wow, what an insane indirect there, kind of using the ground to their advantage. Is Raw's going to be trying to bring it back out, but man, Bandit is constantly keeping them in disadvantage, locked into this elbow here. And despite, I'm always one who says you don't necessarily want to run a blaster on Humpback because you lose some paint in mid. But Indigo's making it work, as Ra is going to bring the Rainmaker into mid. They're maybe getting a little bit flustered now as they're trying to run along that left side. Can they break the check here? This will be kind of crucial if they can, but no.
Can. This is a potentially crucial push. The entire team can get in. They can get some possibly good mid paint. Totally. Raw may be bringing this back, maybe clawing this back from the depths of hell. They do have a people advantage, and the Rainmaker again cannot fight short range. So anyone's game here. I think a special is about to be popping. Yep, and Killer Whale. And I think, the Rainmaker on Indigo is dead, and 52 does fall, unfortunately, but if they can just kill that Enzap, I think they're just fine, truly.
It was a nice pick in mid by Lems there, able to kind of maintain mid control. And I mean, throughout this whole game, anytime we do that little camera pan out to see the whole stage at once, you are just seeing blue everywhere. And that is the key. Wow, an insane wall pick there for Fever. You see Fever and Bandit both are just really dictating the pace of this game by not letting Ra do anything in mid. And it's just, wow. It is amazing to see. You can tell, right, that Indigo wants this tournament win right here, right now.
This is really unfortunate for Raw. I feel like their coordination's sort of been falling off. I mean, being down 2-0, it's not great. But I do think that they have what it takes to punch up. Bandit is coming in from behind and getting a pick, and maybe getting another, they get another pick. They get 3 picks, and it's just, it isn't looking good. I mean, they're so close to that checkpoint, and they're going to probably take it, and not win yet. There is still hope if Bandit just falls. Wipeout, and this could be potentially it. The 52's got to get in paint. People got to get in paint right now. There is still a chance. 150
I
on the
don't
clock.
know if you let it reset here or if you grab it. Either way, you need more paint than you currently have. You see Luke trying to poke up around the side. One will go down for Indigo. It looks like the check may fall here, but the Rainmaker will go down. I don't quite know what happened there because we were looking at Mag's POV, but that was kind of huge. I thought that Ra was about to get a little bit even there. The inkjet will be canceled.
52. And they might take that Rainmaker. They might take it and take that checkpoint. Killer Whale's off. The 52 is going to go in skirmish, get the wall up. That checkpoint's definitely going to get broken. And there it is. They have a minute 17 to potentially win the game here, but it is not too great. A wipeout, unfortunate truly, but they still have a chance. I absolutely think Raw may be able to bring this back, but it is going to be very tight and very challenging. But I think
the key the whole time has been with Bandit, right? You have always seen Bandit moving with either Mag's Inkjet, moving with Fever. Every time they're just trying to take an advantageous pick where they can, but 2 will go down for 3 will go down for Indigo. The Rainmaker's going to run to the left away from that ball point, which will go down. Now they just have to get their movement to go around the backside. We need a critical fight win here against Fever. The suction bomb will take them down.
Lems will fall. Everyone is in. The 52 is holding great positioning. If they can just kill Bandit, they're fine. And
you gotta get Bandit here. Oh yeah.
This could be it.
They're going for the knockout. The Rainmaker. Will get stopped at 5.
Left on the clock. This is it. This is the make it or break it moment, and they're gonna make it or break it. They're gonna explode and get that wall.
Watch the suction.
They're gonna be at 3 points.
Now you got to put all the bodies on the Rainmaker shield here. Try and get this pop in, but they're all coming in from this right side of the elbow. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get in. And that's your tournament, folks. Wow. A 2-point by the skin of their teeth victory for Indigo. You know what? This set is going to go down as a 3-0 in the books, but it sure did not feel like it. With some of these close games, some of these comebacks we saw, the Museum Clams game that Indigo won at the last second. Indigo, you guys have ice in your veins with these 3 insane wins, and congratulations for winning from the Ink Up 39. Forgo, what are your thoughts on that set we just saw?
I'm just in awe of that last game, truly. I mean, genuinely, give them 1 more second, that was a win. Give them 1 more second of time. Give them 5:01 on the clock. They win. Easy. Like, no change. Absolutely free win. I mean, like, just wow is all I can really say. I'm just in awe of that last game. I mean, I think both players Both sides played incredibly well, and I guarantee you Indigo's hype is like through the roof right now. They're screaming in whatever VC they're in. Raw might be a bit sad, but I think that was a great game from both sides. I think Raw truly had it at the end there. Honestly, like, I mean, they pulled some incredible plays out. They did everything they needed to. They lost on time. I mean, truly, that was it. Bandit is just, how are you gonna fight him? I mean, he got so many crucial picks, so many crucial kills. I mean, I could honestly go on about these sets for a long time because, I mean, just like, it was so well played. Every team played as much as they could. I mean, I feel like Raw was a little demotivated in a lot of these sets, but I mean, they really, truly tried. I mean, this was an incredible game. Indigo played well. Raw played well. Wipeout played well. Everyone played incredible in this tournament. I genuinely think, I mean, sad to see a grand finals go down in a 3-0, but I mean, it was an incredible game nonetheless. I genuinely think these sets were beautiful to watch and a lot better than I can play Splatoon 3.
If you're Raw, though, you know, congratulations for making another insane run in this tournament. It may be disappointing to get practically to the pedestal, to the top of the top for From the Ink Up, and to fail 2 times in a row. But man, I trust that these players are all good. You know, they've got the right mental to come back in 2 weeks from now and try and make another fight at it, or whenever the next From the Ink Up may be. But, you know, let's chat a little bit about the rest of our results. It looks like JoJo is heading towards a victory over Wipeout with 2-0 here. But my goodness, congratulations once again to the winners From the Ink Up 39 Indigo, as well as the winners of Silver Bracket. That info is coming to us very shortly. If my computer can load the bracket here. Come on, computer.
While we wait for that, though, yeah, like, I mean, it really must suck just to, like, get to that pedestal twice in a row and just lose. First time to, can you say their name? I forgot.
Just Squidding.
Just Squidding, and then to lose the second time, over to Indigo. I mean, truly, I think third tries the charm. These are some incredible players. I think they truly may have what it takes to get out of, these cups and get into some really high-level play. I just feel like the only thing I think that they might be lacking is their coordination. I just feel like they aren't really giving many call-outs because I just don't see, like, a lot of things that I feel like you should be seeing. But I do think if they could really just work on those call-outs, get more, like, advanced and get, like, better vision and coverage over the map, I truly think that they have what it takes to just steamroll through a lot of competitive, honestly. Like, I think Indigo's definitely got what it takes too, but I mean, I think Indigo just played very well. Like, I do think Raw has, like, potential. From what I've seen, I just think, like, yeah, they really could take it far, for sure, you know?
Yep, and congratulations to Hijinks, who won silver, and Midnight Blue will take home the gold in Barone bracket, as it were, our famous Barone bracket. So as we conclude here tonight, Forgo, where can we find you between now and your next appearance on the mic?
I don't know. Well, see, I don't really do much. I guess you could find me on my Twitter. I don't really post there. I mean, I make fun of Elon Musk because it's funny. If I ever do upload to YouTube, you could probably find me there. Right? I don't know. I guess, yeah, my Twitter would be a potential way to find me. I guess, yeah, that's where you could find me. Where would we find you, though? I feel like you might actually have some socials and post on some stuff.
Yeah, my name once again is Sofa King. I'm the captain of the Whip Rays. Can be found on Twitter. You see that right there, at Sofa King Stream. But hey, thank you so much, everyone in chat, for joining us tonight for an amazing tournament. Thank you for the players as well for participating, and we hope that you'll be back with us next time for a milestone FTIU tournament with From the Ink Up number 40. Good night, everybody.
Don't style, please, I feel